Searching begins, find yourself within. Take up your blade, let the fears within fade. Stories are told as the die roll. Don't be afraid, make your destiny will find you in me. Friends at your side, make the group with pride. Try as you might, you now live to fight. Monster nor foe can fill you with woe. Enemies in sight, it's time to roll dice. Roll for initiative. Check, please.
Hello, checkers and pleasers.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yodi.
Boy.
Oh, welcome to Check Please, the tabletop live show. I'm your DM, Beardy. And down here in this region are my lovely players.
There.
Introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Keni, and I play Risen the Fateweaver. Why the fuck are you laughing?
Because I'm
Hello,
hyped.
We're all hype, aren't we? Well, I'm not hype. I'm Foaly, and
I didn't know what we're actually doing here. I'm sorry.
it's cool. I'm Foaly,
okay.
and I play Kurla, the Half-Orc Life Oracle.
And I'm Xeno. I play Vera, the Swarmonger.
I'm Skrewy. I play Petravian, the Hivekeeper Paladin of Eden and Mellifera.
And I'm Grem, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Here we go.
Sock'em robots.
Rock 'em Sock 'em Robot
yeah,
times.
Really, though.
And with that, let's roll. So last time, the group attended the birthday celebration for the oldest halfling in the Merry Valley. A party that lasted the better part of a day and had more food than could feasibly be eaten in a lifetime. After a number of party games and entertainment and drunken shenanigans, the group and Zell made their way to Presidium and retrieved the Black Sapphire from the vault there, and then made your way to Vil to get to the Deadlands. You stopped at the border between life and death there, and prepared to head into the Deadlands for perhaps the final time. The group is currently in Vil on the morning of the 23rd of November. You stand at the edge of a wall of death, effectively. There is nothing but a foggy expanse ahead of you that lacks light, color, sound. It's a pretty messed up place, and it is there ahead of you waiting.
Wait, so Zell landed right in front of it?
Yeah, Zell landed at the edge of it and has lowered his wing for you all to get off.
You're not going in?
He looks over at you.
Says, of course,
Oh.
but I doubt that my flight will work in there.
Mine usually does, but okay. I guess they probably will, definitely. Alright.
Walk down.
Better safe than sorry, I would think. Don't want to get hurt.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'll
And you
shan't
probably
down.
want to split down.
Thank you, Zil. And they'll go down the wing.
Okay. So he, as soon as you're all off of him, he will shift back into a halfling form. And he will look at this place and look at all of you and ask, so what's it like in there?
I've
It's
only been there like
mid.
a couple of times, but it's like
It's
pretty
definitively
gray.
mid. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Muted.
desaturated.
Yeah. You probably would like it. To be honest. But
There's a lot of skeletons.
That's always useful. Okay.
Well, a lot of magical items as well. That's why we come here.
Yep.
well, I mean, yeah, there we are. It's not going to be like there's more magic out here now. I think.
If we succeed in this, we'll be putting an entire cottage industry out of business.
I mean, I think they care more about the world not dying.
Right,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was
The
not.
only displays plenty other business as it is.
My God, how many months have we
Yeah.
been together and I still can't crack a joke with people actually getting it? It's never gonna work, is it?
I mean, aren't jokes supposed to be funny?
That coming from you is quite funny.
I think she's kind of funny. And like
Alright.
a
Alright.
bitchy
At this
Ready
point,
to go?
Petravian is going to think and call upon Chisel to join them.
Okay. Somewhere far away, Chisel stands top of a hill, looking over a beautiful valley of flowers, and he feels that tug at the back of his soul. He takes a deep breath, knowing that he has agreed to come along on this, and he appears out of the thin air next to you. He looks at you, and he snorts.
And I'll get Archie's timer started.
All right.
Well,
Zell's kind of is nervously playing with his hands.
As surreptitiously as possible, Kurla is going to be making a series of hand movements, and then kind of sighing. They'll put their fingers up to their head, and very softly go meow as they cast a spell,
Okay.
hoping that no one saw them.
Can I roll
we're
for
in,
that shit?
We're in the edge of the Deadlands. Like, I think everyone saw that shit. It's only us.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, give me perception checks, please.
You got it.
You're
I
physically
just want you
Yes.
to know that I had like
Yes.
6 extra
I'm
points left
almost see
over
that.
at the end, so I was like, fuck it, let's just max out perception. So I went from being awful at it to actually not too bad.
Awful.
It's the glass.
40 fucking 6.
Yeah, 36 here.
19.
This is a 23.
So I guess Kurla kind of turns back with their hands still up at their head and sees the entire party staring at them. Right, so we go in then.
Please, wait, I mean, yeah, sure.
Sure.
That's something you do to like get yourself ready to go.
Sure, we'll go with that for now, yeah.
Were you like cursed by a cat god while we weren't looking?
Better that than a bee god.
Well, that's
Oh.
it's a bit rude, don't you think?
Well, that's for the not funny comment.
I mean, it was accurate.
No, it was bitchy.
I
But,
look
you
at
know.
everybody for validation.
Just looking back and forth like,
This is gonna happen right now. Is
I'm-
this how this goes down?
I'm gonna
Tell you
do
what,
that.
let's save the world and then we can have a little bit of an argument. How's that?
Zell looks even more nervous than before.
I do that thing when like people are in public and everyone else feels uncomfortable, so they act like whatever just happened didn't happen, and they just go on with their day.
So we should just go into
Yeah,
the
yeah, quick. Let's go.
Yeah.
that
Yes.
area, right?
It is, and Vera's gonna just start walking.
Would you like to hold someone's hand?
No, I'll be fine. It's
Okay.
I'm just he kind of looks wistful for a moment, and
Yeah.
he turns around and looks at the view to the south, like of the morning light coming from the east, and the grass and the trees, and he kind of takes one last breath of fresh air, and then he'll turn and step into the Deadlands,
I will follow.
which have been slowly growing this whole time. Like as you're standing at the edge, it's been moving toward you.
Oh, cool.
So he steps on into it.
Petravian mounts up.
I'll head in, but I'm probably roll Archie's sphere out so that doesn't deploy into people.
Okay. And Archie's sphere at this point is going to begin to unfurl. So shall I describe this, or would you like to?
Sure. He hasn't really actually changed since last we've seen him. I just kind of
Okay.
finally got around to depicting it.
Gotcha.
But he does actually now. He holds this sword like he knows how to wield it.
And
And
he
he's
has
got the
that.
gauntlet.
Okay. So what you see now is how tall is Archie? 25 feet tall?
26.
26 feet tall. Sorry. It's important, that last foot.
That's a deal.
So 26 foot tall automaton, and he is now wielding a huge great sword and has a shield gauntlet on one of his lower arms.
Be not
Nice.
So
afraid.
a quite powerful being there.
It kind of strikes a very like biblical angelic sort of vibe now.
Yeah.
All right.
And, he doesn't
wow.
need the
Okay.
magic fang because he's got the amulet, but I bet the like blades come out and start charging up.
Mm-hmm.
You've been hard at
Beautiful.
work, I assume?
I mean, it's not. We've got a little bit of a big day ahead of us, I thought. So, yes.
Fair.
This unit is online and prepared.
You know, just for today, I think this works better. I don't really want the old Archie to go through these.
Still glad to have you with us, big guy. And
Yeah.
Kurla will give Archie's, whatever part of Archie they can reach, a pat before they take a deep breath and stride through the barrier.
All right. So Archie will kind of walk behind Lovette until given any other orders.
Mhm.
And a lot of you will head into the Deadlands. So stepping into this area of necrotic power, you feel the surface level sensations suddenly go numb. The feeling of the air on your skin, small noises become muted, color fades from your vision, and everything feels distant. Like you're looking at everything through kind of along a long tunnel. And there's almost this strange lag between thinking you want to move and actually moving. It's a very disconcerting feeling. And it seems like since the last time you got here, the last time you've been in the Deadlands, that feeling of sort of dissonance is actually even more pronounced. So something has definitely happened to alter the fabric of the physics in this place since you were here last. Almost like as the Deadlands is growing in size, it's also growing in power. So it's definitely disconcerting to be in here.
Just kind of uncomfortably fiddle with the cube.
Oh boy, there's been a welk.
It has to.
It hasn't before.
It will.
This is the
I mean,
third
we
time I've
literally
built
got
this.
hurt by it last time you.
Well, that, yeah, but I mean, this is the third time I've built this kind of device, and they always have gone wrong. So, but Kelly's looked this one over. It was in her custody. No one sabotaged it or anything like that.
There are times to charm, and besides, you've got this.
I hope so.
So you walk on, and you find yourselves traveling through the Ville hinterlands. The area is so choked with fog, it's nearly impossible to really tell exactly where you are, but you know the rough direction you need to travel, so you keep heading on in that way. And you get this odd sensation that you're being watched, that someone's eyes are already on you.
I should have
And-
taken that spell.
Zell is sort of nervously looking about this way and that, as he's definitely not feeling super great about being in here.
have
And
a
Chisel also is definitely acting a little bit more on edge than normal.
I have a question.
Mhm.
With Vera and Petravian's mid-campaign like escapades into the Deadlands, this is a normal feeling, right? Where we're being watched by things?
You would get that feeling from time to time, but this feeling is more pronounced than ever before. It's almost like the Deadlands have become more powerful. They've become deeper and darker and worse since it began expanding. Because like when you and Petravian were going in there for resources and money, it was back when it was stable, and it was like a sort of in stasis. And now it's much worse than that.
It's alive in a dead sense.
Yeah, it's definitely aware of you in a way that it wasn't aware of you before.
Almost like it's sentient, but
I
not.
hate it.
Yeah, and it feels oppressive in a way that it didn't before. Before it was just kind of neutral in how bad it was, where it was like, oh yeah, there's no color here and you can't taste or smell anything. And it's like, that's weird, right? But it's not like, oh, this place is like literally going to kill me. Now it kind of feels like it is going to kill you. Like there's just something about this place that's kind of negative in a sense, where it is literally feels like it's life draining in some way.
Anyone else feel like we should? Anyone else feel like we should pick up the pace? Because it's even worse than I remember it.
Yep.
I'd like you all to make a perception check for me, please.
Oh
You
boy,
got it.
I'm so glad.
Because as you continue on in the Deadlands, these some rolls today. These banks of fog are just so thick that it's really, really difficult to make any kind of insight as to where you are, or see anything much further away than, say, 15 to 20 feet.
Well,
And
for me, it was
go
a
ahead with those.
34.
35 for Vera.
That was a 31 from Kurla.
It's a 22 from Petravian.
That's pretty good.
It's a 24 from Lovette.
With
Yeah,
a nat
yeah, yeah.
1.
Yeah, still a 24 though.
Uh-huh.
So what you
Can't see shit.
feel is as you're heading further into this, you get that sense, that scratch on the back of your neck, that itch feeling of like someone looking at you, and you look over, and you see something in the distance.
I don't like it.
Oh boy.
I don't like these.
You see just a figure far enough away from you that you can't make out any details about it, but it's standing stock still and just watching you.
I genuinely will not sleep tonight, motherfucker.
Oh wow, that's terrifying. That's great.
Fuck you and I love you.
Fuck off.
Y'all ever have
Pretty
any
damn
of you
horrifying.
read one of the scary stories? With,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
like it.
For,
No, Vera don't like
for
it.
the podcast listeners, a creepy fucking picture is on the screen of a little entity in a field. It's disgusting, and I hate this, and I don't want to be here.
Maybe it's just a scarecrow.
It could just be a scarecrow. Do you want to go up and check?
No.
No. Why would we do that?
Scarecrows would stay
Yeah.
still, Beardy.
I love that you guys are level 20 and you're scared of a scarecrow.
I don't
If
like
I had
creepy.
Fireball,
I'm
I'd
not
be
scared
having
of
it
the
right now.
scarecrow.
How
We're
far
not
away
here
is
to
it?
stop a scarecrow, unless that's Marcus. This is the betrayer. I don't give a shit.
How far away is it?
Maybe 35, 40 feet. It's right to the edge of what you can see in the fog. Like you just get a like barely indication that there's a person there, but you see a human
Hey, Vera.
silhouette in the distance, and it's just standing there looking at you.
Vera, you think I can hit that one?
I mean, do you think it's an enemy or?
Do you think it's a good idea, though?
Do I think it's a good idea?
What if, like, you provoke it, and then, like, a bunch of things just pop up from the ground, like, all spooky and stuff?
Well, won't you just do
I
that
don't
as
think
soon as we're
Petra asks that
past it?
question to himself before he does something.
I'm asking because I want to make I like other people's opinions too.
Let's just
Really?
not bullshit. Whatever
Yeah,
the fuck
I
it
like
is, let's
them.
not bullshit.
I don't always follow them, but I like to hear them.
I see.
think we should leave it alone as long as it leaves
Okay.
us
It's
alone.
not, who cares? It's none of our business.
I mean, it's just standing
Okay.
there ominously. Bloody hell, that came out weirdly.
If I activate my
Menacingly.
eye, all I see is everything is magical. Correct?
Yeah, you get the overwhelming aura of necromancy,
But
and
that
it's
overwhelming stank.
it suffuses everything here, so it effectively makes detect magic basically worthless, because you just detect nothing but necromancy everywhere, and it kind of blinds your ability to see anything. So like you if you were to activate the eye, instead of seeing like the world and then seeing magical auras in it, you would just see one giant necromantic aura, and that's all you can see.
Blinded by the blight.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's honestly very good.
Thank you.
I'm kind of impressed by that.
Well, let's just keep an
that's
eye on
beautiful.
it and go around.
Archibald, claim the 20-foot defense perimeter around us as we move.
Archibald will look down at you. Affirmative, master.
I'm gonna leave with this for today.
It gets more
I'll
painful
never
every time
get
I
used
hear
to
it.
that.
And Archie will, begin patrolling around, kind of orbiting.
Yeah. I mean,
group.
20 foot is just 5 feet out of his reach, so it's really just
Yeah.
a step over if somebody comes within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Strafing back and forth.
Don't worry, Lovette. He'll be back to normal once you and Voska finish your project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suppose so. If we live that long.
We have to. Or in the very least, I'm going to make sure you guys do.
If anyone dies, it'll be because I've died first.
Oh,
That's
let's
a
not do
promise
this
I-
right now, okay?
It's a promise I've
yeah,
made
we
to you all
we
before.
It's
know
all
this, we
I
all
Lovette.
feel
know
like
the
Lovette has
complexes, I
enough
get it.
anxiety about these.
I'm
We
just saying
all want to
it's-
die first, I know. It's great.
I don't want to
What?
die, Lovette, but my job is
No.
to keep you all alive, and I intend to do my job and do it well. That's my only point here.
At this
Petravian's
point, you
going
just
to-
kind of
Okay.
hear Zell sigh.
I am so sorry.
Zell, do you want to hop up here with me and Chisel?
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'll be fine. Just I'm sure the lot of you will make it.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Man, that's fucking
Sorry.
depressing.
Pepperoni.
God damn.
See, now you feel bad, don't you? Talking about
Fuck.
that shit in front of Zell.
Well, we might die, then he'd feel like a douche in the
Then he'd feel like a
afterlife for being
douche for like
being like,
12
oh, they
seconds.
couldn't being prepared for their own deaths because they needed to feel so sensitive about mine.
Mhm.
So
Moving
you
on.
guys you just wanted to keep moving on away from that figure?
Yeah.
Okay. You got it. All right. So you turn from the figure and you continue on into the thicker fog, continuing further north.
I'd like
and honestly,
to keep looking
yeah.
back until the fog obscures my vision of
yeah,
whatever
you
it
can.
was.
You keep. Yeah, you look back a few seconds later and it's already gone.
Do you keep on like
Oh,
looking
good. See, it's-
backwards
it's
and like
all gone.
forward, or
And you head deeper into the fog here, and it's a simple matter to progress in this place. Honestly, it's almost easier to travel in here than it used to be. It feels like more wide open and less densely filled with undead than before, because you keep traveling on these plains and you keep going further and further afield, and everything seems pretty okay for a bit.
For those who are more familiar with Vil, are they able to recognize like the areas we walk through it?
Not really, because you're only able to see about a 20-foot stretch of ground.
Okay.
So you're just
Where-
passing through like grassy fields right now.
Do we know where the fog started, like where we entered?
Yeah, right around the area of the Holy City, traveling
Okay.
north.
Would we
So-
follow the road or no?
But you're making good time, so
And we're headed towards Unhartenshin that way?
you're
the
heading
center
north.
of the Deadlands.
Yeah, you're
Right.
Yeah, so I assume you guys are headed toward Grigoli.
Right, okay.
Did we
To get to the-
ascertain where the new center of the Deadlands would be?
I mean, I figured you go to where the box was.
Grigoli
Yeah,
or Fort Hawk?
Grigoli, the one that
Oh,
was
the
in the
one
old
in the
Deadlands.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So moving further in, something begins to weigh on your mind.
You're telling me.
Yeah, the edges of your vision,
We left my mom in the castle alone.
you keep seeing figures at the edges of your vision. This time more than one at a time. Some of them are moving. Some of them, as soon as you sense that there's a humanoid shape there, it takes a step back and disappears into the fog. But something is just, whatever these things are, they're staying right at the edge of your perception. And more of them are showing up.
Oof.
This is
Setting
gonna
this
be
up
fun.
is gonna be fucking
You
awful.
hear the distant sounds of whispers as something is communicating with each other, but it's just far enough away and it's just thick enough fog that it's muting the sound. And between that and that sort of dissociation feeling you have just by being here makes it completely impossible to understand what they're saying.
She
But-
can't really think that hat goes with those shoes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
What are they
Vera,
thinking?
Vera didn't go to high school, so she doesn't have any trauma to go back on in this case. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's Lovette doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say quite the contrary here. She's like,
Oh, I know I'm tall.
she's so tall. Why?
And-
Actually, you're normal size for gnome, yes?
That's true.
I guess I am now.
As you step into a wider area, you see in the distance, at the edge of your vision, dozens of figures.
Could you post
And
the
We
image?
don't have any vision to see any.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Makes it
Let's
even
see it on the
spookier,
Twitch.
It's even
actually.
That's
spookier.
a little terrifying. I don't like it.
Can't see anything. I'm sorry about that.
Fail their perception checks.
There we go.
Nope.
Right, well, this is going to be fun.
That's a lot.
Just think of them as like pegs of wood in the distance. They're not really there. So if you don't think about it, are they really real? Are things
they're
real if you don't consider them real?
They're just slowly moving after you.
Yes.
Towards us, or like we are moving away and they're behind us.
You see them as you're traveling forward. If there's one ahead of you, it will move to the side. But the ones to your sides and behind you are moving along with you at the same speed and keeping up with you. So you're just gathering more and more of them as you travel. So at this point, there are now there's dozens of figures following you. So they appear to be like stacking up numbers, maybe getting ready to attack. You don't know.
Well, if they do end up attacking us, at least they're all gathered in one spot so we can deal as much damage as we need to
Oh,
improve them.
they're spread across like 270 degrees of your vision.
Oh, I hate it.
They're all over the place.
How do we want to do this? Do we want to engage now, or do we want to wait for them to gather even more?
We don't even know what these are.
And we
Oh, they're
don't.
not going to be
Yes.
friends, are they?
I
Well,
mean,
they might be the souls of the dead that are trapped here or something like that. Maybe they're watching us because they see hope, or maybe they're just killing us, or maybe they want to eat our souls. But I
That's
mean-
probably the one, to be honest.
Preferred the optimistic part that they started with, Lovette, but
let's
Well,
be
I mean-
honest. I feel like whatever needs to happen, we need to focus on getting these sparks
Yeah.
going.
Mm-hmm.
fair point.
Stopping for
Exactly.
every little thing will only fuck us over. I can only imagine.
If need be,
Definitely.
we can travel by air. That should at least get us out of reach of these things.
Yeah.
Fingers
Right.
crossed.
If I look up, are there things in the air?
There are.
What?
There's some,
Can
like,
I flap my
fucking death
wings?
Ending shit in here, and
Oh,
I'm
God.
not appreciating it. It's fucking
Yeah,
creepy.
you look up and you see shadows above you. Sort
I
of
think they're
swirling.
hurting us.
Like you guys are in the middle of a storm almost. Like you're the eye of a hurricane. And they're just sort of
Mhm.
circling around you like buzzards in the sky.
I
Just
heard it.
So
dozens
maybe,
of shadows in
Maybe
the air.
if flying is out, maybe we just stick to the ground and keep on heading.
If they're
Feel
not
like they may be
bothering us right
hurting us.
now, we're fine.
Yeah, fine, absolutely.
They can't hurt us if we're going to the
Fine.
location we want to go.
No,
I'd like
I was
everyone
agreeing
to
with
roll
you.
me a d20, please.
Okay.
No modifier.
19.
Hey,
Me too.
Oh, bugger me with a fish fork. That was a nat 1.
19.
Oh shit, 3 of us got 19s.
Son of a
Kurla.
biscuit. Yes,
Oh,
Beardy.
As
can
you
I
were
do for
all
you?
walking, Kurla, you stub your toe on something.
I look
it
down.
smarts for a moment, but it's not that bad. But you definitely you kicked something as you're walking because it's so hard to see anything in front of you. And as you look down, you see a shield half buried in the ground that you just kicked, and it popped out of the ground and kind of flipped over a couple of times. But you can obviously see on it the embossed symbol of the nation of Vil, their royal symbol on the shield. And as you look across the ground where this shield is tumbled and pushed some of the fog out of the way, you see blood stains, and you see scraps of cloth, and you see discarded swords, and you see bits of broken armor on the ground. And as you all look around, it's everywhere, and it stretches on for a long distance. It appears you've stumbled into some kind of battlefield.
Watch where you're stepping.
I'm
Kurla's
gonna
gonna.
start flying just a little bit over, so I don't have to worry about that.
Kurla's trying not to be sick and stepping very carefully. As carefully as they can.
Now, one thing I'll note that is a bit odd is there are no bodies.
Great.
There is the signs of everything else of a battlefield except for the fallen.
Oh, thank good. They made out alive.
No,
Everybody
they were
got out
rescued.
alive, you're
They
fine.
were rescued. They're fine.
Gosh,
Yeah.
my anxiety is at peak right now. I am doing great.
Hey, Val, Petravian. How do you
Yes?
think this relates against when E showed up and it was like ripping our limbs off and shit?
Okay.
I mean, I guess we're not there yet, right? We might be, that might be later today.
But I feel like there was not as much build-up.
Listen, I can stab a fucking ghost.
You.
I don't give a shit.
That's good. You know, I like your attitude.
How does that compare to a will-o-wisp?
know,
Never actually
never
had
thought
it. I never thought of will-o-wisp.
I've only heard like a story once
I
about
don't
it. So
think you're supposed to fight them. Aren't you supposed to follow them?
okay,
Doesn't
focus,
sound-
everybody.
Focus, yes.
I'd like another perception check from the party, please.
You got
Oh
it.
boy.
41.
That one. For 15.
Second that one for me.
That is a
Get him out of the
23.
way.
My second
Good
3.
Criminy.
That is a 36 from Kurla.
Riz, you're the only one to notice.
What?
You hear footsteps closer than you hear footsteps. Period. Which you hadn't heard footsteps up to this point. Like you'll see like figures in the distance, but never their footfalls.
Turn to look at the direction of the footsteps.
Yeah, you hear footsteps, and it's actually like it's 3 pairs of footsteps. You turn in one of the directions, and you see 3 figures moving out of the fog toward you. One of them has an arm lifted above its body.
Hello? Please tell me you're the lightning blades.
Is that? Are you real?
Very
you hear
real.
the voice that calls out to you is distant and echoey in a strange way.
We are Fortune's favor. Hello.
Ah. Good. It's good to finally hear a friendly voice. These 3 figures step out of the fog, and you see the one that had their arm up is a woman wearing metal armor, emblazoned, like etched, this beautiful kind of silvery plate, and their chest piece is etched with the holy symbol of Gigarian on it. At her side, she has this 2-handed sword that is kind of like, looks really, really messed up. Like it's got chunks out of the blade. And she looks pretty bad. Like her armor is dinged up pretty significantly. To her left, you see an older looking human, male, who is wearing like leather armors and has a hood partially over his head, concealing like a pretty long beard. And he's got a holy symbol of Eden around his neck, and he's got a walking stick. And then to the paladin's right, you see a half-elf who is trying to like look this way and that, and he's got a bow, and he kind of looks terrified. One other thing you note about them is that they all look very wounded. Like they have grievous wounds on their body, like stab wounds, slash wounds. Like their skin is open, like gaping wounds on their bodies, but they're not bleeding.
And I'd like to detect evil.
I mean, you can do that. You don't detect any evil on them. I mean, you detect evil everywhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
It's part of the aura of the Deadlands, is that it emanates necromantic evil. So
Okay.
there's that, but you
Yeah.
don't get any ping off of these three in particular.
Okay.
Anyway, the paladin continues speaking. Oh, it's good to finally hear a friendly voice. We're the Order of the Rose. We came from the Holy City with a lot of other people. Who are all of you?
We're Fortune's Favor. The Fortune's
I-
Favor, we've fought in tournaments in Prota, we saved Vortok, you know.
I'm afraid I haven't heard of you. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Well, you have this covered, though. You should get out of here.
Which way is that? We've become a bit lost recently.
Shit.
As the conversation progresses, Kurla is mumbling under their breath and casting something.
Okay.
And they're going to cast Detect Undead.
Okay. Yeah, it's odd. The battle here was a few days ago, and well, as far as we can tell, we're the only three to make it out. But we've tried to make our way back to Ville to get reinforcements and resupply, but we somehow keep getting lost, and we keep finding ourselves back at the same battlefield.
Oh. Oh.
I am so sorry.
Okay, well, you know what? Just protect yourself, sit tight, and it will go away soon.
So Kurla, you use Detect Undead, and you detect these three individuals are in fact undead.
Now, Kurla is going to say in Draconic, which they know the rest of the party can pick up, but they're hoping that these three don't speak.
What was that, a Gigarian priest?
Ooh. I mean,
You can speak Proto.
I mean, I'm going to finish because I started it, but good
Okay,
point.
yeah,
Lovette.
yeah.
Good point, Grem, but thank you. They will say, as quietly as they can, so hopefully just for the earshot of you lot, but they will say, those three are actually dead. Just point of interest.
Cool, yeah.
I mean, again, you can see like these gaping injuries on all three of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like they're these bloodless, like just open wounds on their body that are not bleeding.
I thought it was just like wounds in their armor. I see. Okay.
No, like the armor is messed up too, and their weapons look messed up, but their bodies are also injured in grievous ways that are not actually like bleeding, which is kind of a giveaway that something's up.
Alright, but you
Petravian-
just sit tight, and we're gonna go take care of this.
Of
Just-
course.
Just protect yourself if there's any undead attacking you.
Yeah.
You seem capable.
Well, of course, but they're all around. I mean, we've had skirmishes with them nearly constantly. I mean, just look at the condition of my sword, and the paladin kind of holds up their two-handed sword that's just, like I said, notched really poorly.
what kind of undead are we talking about? What did you fight?
Oh, the ones we ran into initially were skeletons, as well as some other kinds of incorporeal creatures. These kinds of ghost-like beings, but they seem to launch and latch themselves into people. It was awful. We've had to fight quite a few of them over the last few days.
No, good, great. Alright, we gotta go. We gotta go now. Let's get going, everyone. Come on.
Yeah, we came from that
Yeah,
direction.
Go that direction.
We didn't get
the
attacked
cleric,
at all.
the cleric looks up. He says, "I sense them coming now." And
I hate you.
the guy with the rogue, or sorry, the guy with the bow, like looks around and he says, "They're here. Get ready." And they sort of turn to face the other direction, and as they do, we're going to begin combat.
Oh, goody.
Yay!
So, the first thing that happens is Zell reassumes draconic form. Just get these guys organized to the direction I had described them. All right, and we find ourselves in combat here. So please roll me some initiatives.
Sure. Oh boy. Oh gee golly gosh. Super excited.
Pringle?
Blessed the extra initiative. Blessed that feat.
All right. So the lot of you look around, and those dozens of figures that have been tailing you for a while, it seems like they've taken this opportunity, as you were discussing the situation with these three unfortunates, to attack. So, Riz, you have a 26 on your initiative and get to go first.
Yeah. Can I fucking see anything at this point? I can't.
You look around and you can see there are some figures in the distance. The closest ones, there's one to the north, one to the east, and one to the southeast.
Okay,
Those are the closest ones to you. So I'll go ahead
30-foot
and...
range-ish?
They should be on the map now. You may or may not be able to see them.
I cannot see them.
Okay.
So, I'm actually gonna hunker down and stay
Yeah,
put next to Archie right now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put my turn... I'm gonna say under Lovette currently, and we'll see where that takes us.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll buff. I don't want to use buffs yet. I don't want to use my
Okay.
spells.
All right. You move to 17 initiative, and that'll move us to the Unknown Rogue. The Unknown Rogue is going to move over 10 feet to get a little closer to Riz, and turn and fire an arrow off into the fog to the north. The arrow sort of goes into the fog and pushes the fog out of the way just slightly, just enough that you get this view of a incorporeal humanoid figure off in the distance. You recognize it immediately. It's a lost soul. Lovette, you have initiative.
I ain't gonna fuck around with lost souls. So, this guy's had number. I'm like, oh, no, excuse me. I'm gonna have to head, I think, over, like, how far can I even go again? 30, 25 feet? Have difficulty clearing the space I need. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm gonna walk over here, just kind of past everyone.
Like it's late over here. Yeah. Okay. Dorothy, it's showtime.
And I flip a switch, and under the ground, another fucking robot is gonna pop up out of under my feet.
All right. So, do you want to describe what happens to it exactly?
Sure, yeah. It busts up through the ground under my feet, and I'm just standing on its head. And then its chest opens up, and I hop down inside of it. And there's like a little thing prints out that says, "In the name of Vasca," or "Cast in the name of Vasca, ye not guilty."
God damn
And then yeah, grab the little. Although she's got like a whole, like, I figure like a Wizard of Oz-esque setup in the inside. It doesn't make any sense for a control scheme. It's just levers and wheels and pedals all over the place.
So Lovette has summoned Dorothy and is now inside of a robot suit that's roughly the size of Archie.
Mhm.
I'm gonna golf clap that. Beautiful.
All right.
Soon
So-
for a while.
All right. It is 1 minute increments. So there you go.
Yes.
All right.
And that was my standing action, so that's my turn.
Just to the next person. What's
I
up?
do not see Chisel in the
Ah,
the initiative order.
sure. That is because I don't have him on the map. Here he is.
Oh, there we
There you go.
There we go.
And
Ba-doom.
there he is.
go.
All right.
Hey.
All right. So we'll put Chisel. There he is. 9.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Anyway. So Lovette, you summon forth this robot body. You hop into it. You're now 25 or so feet tall. And from up there, you get a sense through the fog that something is moving toward you at high speed. A lost soul rushes out of the fog, its arms both like in front of it, moving directly toward you, not caring that you're inside of a robot body. And it's going to move forward, and it's going to attempt a incorporeal touch attack against you right through the machine. I believe you get an attack of opportunity
Can't hear you.
as it rushes in. As it
I
rushes
think
into
so,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I was
go ahead
looking
with
for it, so- Okay.
Yeah, go ahead with that attack, please.
And so that's just one punch. Single attack. Ooh. That's a
Alrighty.
39 to hit.
Cool. All right. So Dorothy punches this lost soul, and the electricity crackling through the fist of the machine is enough to dissipate a bit of that lost soul. So it definitely made contact and hurt the thing. So you do 23 points of damage to it, and it is going to commence with its touch attack. So it reaches. Oh, god damn it!
Oh.
Of course, I get a nat 20 because why not?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So it reaches into the cockpit compartment of the machine, and its clawed hand sinks directly into Lovette's chest. It is going to deal 24 points of negative damage to you. And, oh, my apologies, 41 points of negative damage to you. I misread that. So it deals 41 damage, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Not good at those.
Come on, Lovette. 23?
That passes.
Yes!
Nice.
Nice.
I was gonna have
Yeah.
you reroll otherwise.
That passes. All right, 23 passed. Okay, that is the Lost Soul's turn, and that takes us on to Vera. Go ahead.
It's like, hey,
Alrighty.
Moira, I'm coming.
Oh, in that case, I believe Vera is going to, having able to see this lost soul that Lovette is being attacked, is going to fly over to
Mhm.
the lost soul
Okay.
and is going to deliver a vital strike.
Sounds great. Go for it. Now, in that square, you would be squeezing, unless because like Dorothy's about 25 feet tall, so you can't. Well, fuck it. If you're flying, I'll say you're ahead of it. You're fine. Don't worry about squeezing. We'll just say you're 30 feet in the air. All good.
All right, single attack, vital strike.
Nice. Okay. That is a hit for 19 damage. Boom. All right. So your vital strike comes in, strikes this lost soul, leaves a nice big slash through it, and it kind of hisses at you as your scythe passes through its incorporeal form. Riz, you have initiative.
I'm gonna use my runic guide so that I
Okay.
can save spells just in case. And it's in a 30 feet range, so I'm not too worried about that. So I'm gonna full attack that. And I have point blank shot, so that's all good. Is there anything else I need? It's been a hot minute since I've used this fucking staff, I'll be honest.
No, you're within point blank range, so yeah, you should be good with that. So
Alright, so
set the point blank shot and
Yep.
go ahead and submit the attack.
So Riz kind of flips it out and attempts to attack them. I've got a 44 and a 39.
Excellent, both hit. You deal 14 and 15 damage, both fire. And it burns away more of this lost soul. And the lost soul looks pretty messed up now.
It should be force damage.
Oh, it should be force damage?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, we can change that later.
Okay, just
But
wanted to let you know.
That's fine. It wouldn't have mattered in this case anyway. But yeah, that is all good. And the lost soul looks to be about half destroyed.
Okay.
As far as you can tell.
Like-
That's going to take us to Zell. Zell is up. And Zell is going to turn to the southeast and take in a deep breath and just breathe out this cone of brilliant white flame. It's pretty wild, in fact. Let me see how much that is.
Is white flame the hottest flame?
Blue flame
Pretty
is-
warm. It's pretty warm flame. All right. So he is going to roll some d6s here. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Okay. And he breathes out this gout of flame, it travels to the southeast and washes over a, as of yet unseen until now, lost soul. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop a light on the ground here to denote where there's now fires on the ground, and that's should illuminate a lost soul over here to the east. The lost soul is engulfed in flames and is pretty messed up from that. So it takes a bunch of damage from the attack, but it still holds its cohesion. That's going to take us to the unknown paladin.
Oh, you're gonna say cojones.
All right, so that unknown paladin is going to move a bit to the north to get over to the north side of Lovette and hold a hand to her chest piece. The holy symbol of Gigarian is going to illuminate on her chest, and she is going to use her lay on hands ability to channel energy and damage the undead there. All right.
Wait, so they touched Lovette but damaged the undead?
No. So the paladin rushes forward, lays a hand on her breastplate where the etching of Gigarian is.
Okay.
And then they are going to use their channel energy class feature as a paladin by using their lay on hands. Because paladins can do that.
Oh,
They
her
can
own
use lay on
chest,
hand.
please. Sorry, it
Yes,
sounded
her-
like
her
they
own-
touched Lovette.
Hungarian.
No. So she touches her own breastplate where the etching of Gigarian is on her breastplate, which is going to cause the etching of Gigarian to light up with a brilliant light, and there is a flash of energy, and it is going to deal a bunch of damage to that lost soul, which is now very nearly destroyed.
Nice.
All right. That takes us to the next lost soul. This one is going to rush out from the shadows and fog to the southeast and appear next to Kurla. It is going to reach forward and try to dig its claws into Kurla, and it's actually going to miss.
Hey!
If you move within 5, how far within someone's reach do you gotta move before they get an attack opportunity?
You have to move. Hold on, let me see what. Oh, that would have provoked. Yeah, go ahead. Although Archie hasn't gone yet, so
Oh, you're
he's
right.
flat-footed.
Good point.
Okay, so that's going to take us on to the final lost soul, and it is going to move forward and attack Archibald. So it swoops forward, claws in, and is going to get a touch 22. Yeah. Archie's touch AC is 11. So moves in, attacks Archibald, deals 24 points of negative energy damage, and I need Archie to make a Fortitude save.
A little better at those. But I didn't roll very good. 19.
No, that is actually going to fail. So
Yeah.
Archibald is going to take 7 points of strength damage.
Would
That did not
Petravian's
happen to me. Holy shit.
would Petravian's aura of righteousness they give +4 to morale bonus to the saving throws against compulsion effects, or no?
That's not a
doesn't count
compulsion
here.
effect.
No, I didn't think so. Okay, just
No,
making sure.
That's fine. It's thank you for checking though. That's important. To note if you have special abilities like that. So that is good. All right, that is going to take us from lost soul to Chisel. Chisel, you are up, and yeah. Go for it,
Chisel
buddy.
is going to make his way over to the Lost Soul to the south west or southeast,
Mhm.
next to Kurla,
Okay.
and I think he can reach from there, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And well, was that just a 5-foot step? I think
No, that was 10 feet.
that was 10 feet. Okay, so we're just
Yep.
gonna. So we will attack with a gore, I think. No, hooves, because we get 2 of them.
You'd only get one since you moved.
Dude,
Oh,
hard,
okay, so then
dude.
we'll go with the gore. Yeah, go with the gore. All right. And single attack.
You motherfucker.
Oh my
You
god!
stupid motherfucker.
All right. So Chisel gets a nat 20, which is going to actually confirm and be a critical hit.
Nice.
Does Chisel have a magical attack?
I don't think he does.
Okay. So
Unfortunately.
Chisel gets right up there, gores, moves in to gore this lost soul, and it was a perfect shot. It was absolutely perfectly lined up, It would have done a lot to this lost soul, but those antlers passed right through its body
Wait,
harmlessly.
Didn't Lovette give him like a thing?
Yeah. Doesn't he have like antler deploy blades?
Yeah.
I remember I had a spell that did that, but I remember you wanted me to
hold
make
Like
on.
an item, I
real.
thought.
The only item on his
Uh,
person is a studded
Is
leather
it
Bardi.
studded leather? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think I
he's
just
got.
never got to it.
I think
Yeah.
you were planning on doing it and we
I
never
had
got
a
yeah,
to
very
it.
long
I've
list
had
of things I was building.
permanency for so long, and no one asked me to use it.
Yeah, he's
well, that's
he's
because it's expensive. We didn't want, and you wanted to keep your money.
Yeah, I said it was
Yeah.
all up to you to spend the money, but I would
Yeah.
cast the
Well,
spell.
we don't want to
It's
do that.
it's
it's
the way
fine.
it goes.
So yeah, sadly, Chisel's attacks are non-magical, and they pass right through that lost soul.
Yep.
All right, that's going to take us on to the Unknown Cleric. The Unknown Cleric is going to move forward to about the space between Riz and Petravian, and is going to channel energy to damage the undead.
Nice.
I'm still very confused on how this works, but you know
Me
what? I'll
too.
take the help.
I want them to heal us instead of, but I'm also like, I don't want them to because I don't know if it's gonna work.
I know,
Just
right?
let them do the weird shit to themselves.
All right,
Nice.
so the channel is pretty good, and the lost soul that is attacking Lovette crumbles into nothingness.
Nice.
The lost soul that's attacking Archibald looks very, very bad, and the one next to Kurla is now slightly injured. And that is the end of that cleric's turn, taking us to Kurla. You are right here next to the healthiest of the lost souls.
Well, Kurla is gonna raise a hand, just acting on instinct, and they are gonna look at these two lost souls, and in their mind just think, run. And they will channel energy, but in a way that they've never channeled energy before.
Okay.
So I'll spend that channel.
I don't know if this is what we want though.
Okay. And you're using this as a turn undead?
Yes.
Okay. One moment. I need to make some will saves on their part, I believe. Yeah. All right, one moment. Boom, boom. Will saves. All right. It was a good move. It was well thought out. They both, however, rolled very, very well.
Bugger.
Sorry.
It's a 27 DC, so darn.
Yeah.
Oh well. Was worth a shot.
Yeah,
In
it
my
was-
mind, they're easier to kill if they're running away and not trying to kill you. But
Yeah, that's fair.
that was the risk I took.
Alrighty. So, Kurla, yeah, you attempt a turn undead. That was a standard action. You have a move left if you choose to use it.
I mean, I'd have to squeeze between Chisel and Archie.
you'd also
Presumably that
provoke.
would provoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could do Grace as a Swift, but that would be using up a spell. So Kurla's just going to stand right where they are, because they feel pretty comfy with Petra behind them and Archie on one side and Chisel on the other. They're
Okay.
not going to panic.
I'm assuming that fast healing is no longer an active thing on Archie.
No.
Okay.
I don't
Undo
remember
that.
what it came from, honestly.
It's all good. I've undone it. Okay.
Okay.
Archibald is up.
Okay. Yeah. Dang, he's only got 33 strength score now. So he's gonna go ham on the one that's the least damaged because the other one
Okay.
will be pretty bad, easy to take care of.
Gotcha.
So start with the sword.
Okay.
Full attack. I'll do power attack. That's a 34, a 25, and an 18.
Okay. You'll be happy to know that all three of those hit.
Nice.
Nice.
Extremely surprised by that, but that's wonderful. I don't know if I need to hit this guy with the punches then.
You do not. So you deal about 144 damage with Archie's
Oh my God.
new sword,
Mm-hmm.
and that is enough to obliterate that lost soul.
Nice.
It is
Is he able
destroyed.
to do the punches into the other guy?
Yes.
Okay, then that's what he's gonna
Yeah,
do.
you can declare the punches into the other one.
Nice.
I will give you a small penalty for splitting your attacks, but
There's a
it was
checkbox for primary attack. I want to uncheck that for these, right? Or do I-
it should already be calculated, I believe, but I can
Okay.
double check once they roll.
I'll just leave it then.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Okay. 32, 20, 28, 30. So I guess if the
Yeah.
other ones hit, those will hit.
Every one of those hit, so that's going to be 31 damage, 32 damage, 31 damage, and 36 damage.
think it's
Killing that
dead.
one as well, taking him to negative 115. So Archibald just turns his top 2 arms and demolishes the one to the south. And then, does he have 6 arms currently or 4?
It's only got 4.
Okay, only. Yeah. All right.
Oh, you know what?
Then I
You're
think
right.
he used
Only
too many arms.
Two
You did
attacks
too
would
many
count,
attacks,
right?
You're right. So
Yeah.
that was last
So-
tuition.
Yeah, let me add those back in and make sure that didn't bring him back to life, which I don't think it will have. No, he's still dead. He's just at negative 48.
Oh,
Still
okay.
dead.
Mm.
All right. So, yeah, the both lost souls are destroyed to the south, and that's going to take us to Petravian. Petravian, I'd like you to make a perception check, please.
Oh, you got it, Buster Brown. Boop. And 17.
Ooh,
Not great.
Not a great check. Not a great check.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that's going to wrap us around to round 2 of this combat, and the rogue is going to start shouting that there are more of them. There are more of them coming, and we're going to shift back to this map here, and what's going to happen here is I'm going to add you guys back into initiative.
You know what you can do actually is you can unlink the counter in the other map, I think.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there's a little button in the center. It's like a chain. There you go.
Oh,
New
that's
trick
handy. Thank you.
unlocked.
Yeah, I learned that just
Thank
this week.
you. I just learned that for the first time. Hell yeah. All right, cool. So anyway, combat continues, round 2. So what's going to happen is this rogue freaks out, says there's more coming, and he starts firing arrows off into a direction that you don't see any enemies in yet, which is going to take us to Lovette. You're up.
Well, if we don't see any enemies yet, I think actually I can still cast spells. So actually, what I think I'll do then is I will cast. I don't think we need all to be buffed for the just yet, though. No, I'm just gonna prepare an action to beat this shit out of somebody that comes close.
Okay. All right, Vera.
All right, I'm going to hold an action until I can see one of these things approaching. I'm going to prepare a spell.
Okay. Riz.
Are we all just staying here? Okay.
Oh, I guess I didn't want to move forward because with initiative I didn't want to be stranded away from everyone.
I understand. Okay, I'm gonna just keep where I am with Archie, and if I see a lost soul, I'll blast him. I'll blast him with my runic guide, but otherwise I'm pretty nervous. Where the fuck is Jiro?
Oh, Jira's here.
You son of a bitch.
If any NPC can get away with that.
Well, there he
was
is.
just the in-character conversation, just like, where the fuck is Jiro, by the way? Oh, he's there.
Oh, there he is.
He was there the whole time.
He was
He was here
waiting
the whole
for the
time.
coolest and most surprising moment to make his appearance.
Don't
like
you
a good
worry.
ninja.
Jiro was here the whole time.
Okay, I believe you.
So speaking of which, did we affirm where Moira is right now? No. Did we
Yes.
drop?
Yeah,
leave
we
her off
did.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moira stayed
She's
behind.
there. I'm curious.
All right. So you said, Riz, you're preparing to blast anything you can see?
Lost souls.
All right. Zell is going to turn around and start clawing at something in the fog on the far side of himself that you are unable to see. But he appears to be engaging something else in melee. The Paladin is going to step further to the north and begin slashing into the fog as well. Chisel, what are you doing?
Chill's gonna do a perception check and see if he sees anything.
Go for it.
I don't think he is. A 24?
Yeah, Chisel looks around and looks up and sees that the shadows that were above you guys are descending down on you now. So you get the sense that there's probably a couple of dozen lost souls in total attacking the party.
Chisel gives a elk screech, not a screech, but like a just like looking straight up, trying
Very
to
good.
get everyone's attention.
Okay.
Is he dying?
So yeah, you look over and you see Chisel make this horrible noise as he's looking up, and the rest of you can kind of follow his sight lines, and you see the shadows descending on the group. So at the very least, you're about to get about 8 more lost souls right on top of the party.
Are any of them like grouped next to each other at all?
Some of them are close to each other. Yes. Yeah. There's some clusters.
Would I be able to hit a few of them with a flame strike?
Yeah,
With
absolutely.
what I've been preparing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Seeing them, I'm going to drop this, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Alrighty. So you catch 3 of them in your flame strike. They're going to get some saving throws, but all 3 of them are going to fail and take full damage, which is going to be 39. So your flame strike pierces down and burns 3 of the lost souls a little bit, so they look a little bit more wispy than before. That will take us on to the cleric's turn, the unknown cleric, and he is going to cast a spell and then fire some kind of spiritual bolt of energy from his hand at one of the lost souls. And it's actually going to miss. All right, that takes us on to Kurla.
Well, Kurla, having followed Chisel's screech up to see these lost souls descending, will also be looking for any clustered closely together.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
when
you
they
see the same 3 that Vera fired at.
Well, Kurla will, taking care to make sure that their spell hits only the ones above them, rather than any undead on the ground,
Mhm.
like the 3 who are fighting with us, they will cast Undeath to Death.
All right.
Ooh.
And that's a 40-foot radius, so hopefully anything within 40 feet up.
Excellent.
Upstairs.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. All right. So they get a DC 23 will save. Otherwise, they take a lot of damage. Let's see here. All right. 2 of the 3 of them, as you cast this spell, do you want to describe what it looks like?
Yeah, as many of Kurla's spells recently, as they're casting it, sort of motes of dust as if caught in a moonbeam will sort of swirl around in the air, and then they will just thrust their hand skyward, and all of that swirling moonlight will pulse directly towards these lost souls and then cascade outwards to encompass all of them that are within that radius. And the brightness of the moonlight, just the chiaroscuro between that and the darkness of the lost souls is really something to behold.
Yeah.
But
So
it's almost blinding light.
that convocation of light and energy goes up above you, bursts out into that 40-foot radius, and only one of those 3 is left after that spell finishes.
Beautiful.
2 of them are completely destroyed.
I'll take it.
I had a held action for the lost
Yeah.
souls. Am I
Yeah,
able
go-
to use that?
Yeah, go for it. You had a
Okay,
held
I
action.
just wanted to
Hit
make
it.
sure.
Yeah, you're fine.
Hit it.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and fire.
All right, I
There's-
guess
there's
the
only
last
one-
one.
Well, of these clustered ones that used to be clustered.
40 to hit.
A 40 to hit is going to hit. You deal 14 points of damage, and it's slightly more damage than it was before.
Woo!
That's going to take us to Archibald. Archie, there is nothing in immediate melee range, but there are a couple of lost souls, couple being 6 lost souls, above you, heading down toward the party.
He's gonna go back to back with Lovette, prepare an action as well to attack them.
Okay.
Make sure to cover those squishy casters from getting
Excellent. Okay. So the two robots move and kind of try to cover as much ground as they can to protect all of you.
hit.
That moves us on to Petravian. What are you wanting to do?
Are they? How close would be the closest one to Petravian?
The closest one to Petravian is up in the air, say about 25 feet above you, roughly.
Okay. We will take aim and full attack with precise shot
Okay.
or point blank. Point blank? Is it what? I
Yeah,
have
point blank
now?
shot. Yeah.
Point
It's
blank
fewer than
shot.
30 feet. Yeah, so just
Yep.
check that box.
You got it. Point blank shot,
Mhm.
and yeah, we'll save the smite. Full attack.
Okay. Alrighty, so that is a 27 to hit, a 31 to hit, an 18, and a 14. Sadly, that 14's gonna miss.
Okay.
but
okay.
But the other attacks hit. You deal 12 damage, 11 damage, and 18 damage to the lost soul.
Nice.
All right,
And
it is
the
still up.
positive versus evil.
Let's see. Oh, you're right. I need to add a little bit more onto that. So that was 7, 8, and 11. Okay, it is still up. But
Yep.
it's much worse off now.
Sure.
All right. That brings us to the beginning of round 3. And as we do that, you get the sense that even more of these creatures are showing up. At the edges of your vision, you see another 8 lost souls in various places around you on the ground level.
Should we start, like, fighting and making our way forward to the center, or else we're going to be stuck here forever?
Yeah, we need to
Yes.
fight and move.
All right.
Oh wait. Alright, yeah, we need to fight and move.
All right. The rogue is going to look over at the paladin, and the two of them kind of share a moment. And the paladin nods, and the rogue turns back and says, "We're over here! We're over here!" And he starts running to the south as he's like shouting and like
Cool.
waving his arms, trying to get as much attention as he can.
He's already dead. It's fine.
Yeah, I know, right? But I as a player, I'm not morally affected by this, but I want to
know,
act like
right?
it's serious.
So he rushes to the south, making a lot of noise. That's going to take us to some of these lost souls. So the first one's going to move down to get close enough to start attacking people. So he is going to go after... he's going to actually go after Archie and make an attack. Archie's going to get an attack of opportunity against him
Nice,
because
nice.
of reach.
Right.
So go ahead.
Also,
with
he's
that first.
preparing his attack. Is his prepared one go off? Is that a full attack or is that just a single attack?
It's going to be a standard action.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you can't delay a full attack, sadly, or you can't
I
prepare a full attack.
He's still gonna make a big swing with his sword.
Yeah, and a big swing it was, 51 whole damage on that.
Mhm.
So it takes a big chunk out of this lost soul's life, but it's going to reach back and attack Archie. It strikes Archie for 18 damage,
Okay.
and Archibald is going to
Another
have to make
save?
a fortitude save. Yeah,
Uh,
a 21. All right, that is not a success. Okay.
Oh.
Reroll.
All right. Okay, so Riz,
It's a
you use a
29.
fate point to force a reroll.
Well, technically, two.
2, yeah. So please deduct those off your sheet.
You got it.
Thank you.
All right, Archie, you do not take any additional strength damage.
Oh, fuck.
Otherwise, you would have taken 8.
Oh my
Jesus. Yes, Kenny, I know you're an amazing D&D player. Thank you so much for saving my
Thank
boy.
All right, next
Well,
lost
if he
soul's
takes
up.
a lot, then I've got some backup plans, but it
Okay.
is still appreciated. It keeps us all alive.
I know, right?
All right, this one is actually going to be going after Kurla. It rushes in and is going to try to make a touch attack against Kurla. All right, Kurla, you are struck for 7 points of damage. And I need you to make a will save. Sorry, fortitude save. Apologies.
Please don't fuck this up. Okay.
That is an 18.
Reroll.
And if that
right? That's too low, right?
you don't actually need to use that reroll, because if that was too low, Beardy,
Mhm.
then Kurla is gonna let out a meow
Yes.
and reroll
Alright.
that fortitude save.
Okay. Yeah. Kurla, you are struck by this lost soul, and you emit a beautiful little meow.
And that, on the reroll, was a nat 20 for a total of 30 for the fort save.
Beautiful.
What the fuck
Right.
is happening?
Oh, I understand now. It makes so much more sense.
All right. Wonderful.
I love
And
you, Grem.
that brings it to 8, Beardy.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
So that is, that is that. All right, Jiro is up and is going to make a full attack against the lost soul that just attacked Kurla. Yeah, and do a fair amount of damage to it. Let's see here. 14, 17, and 22. All right, that takes us on to Lovette, piloting Dorothy. What would you like to do? There
I'm
is-
gonna get us out of here.
I want to reach down to scoop up Riz, and I'll reach down. I reached to grab Kurla. And I'm
Can I clap you, Kurla?
By all means, thank you for
like,
asking, but
pick it, and then I'm gonna also reach for Jiro, but I imagine he'll probably just hop up on his own.
Okay. So what's your plan?
And then I'm gonna start flying, just head out opposite direction to the rogue just ran towards where we were going and originally.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So Lovette, Riz, Jiro, and Kurla bug out and begin heading to the north. All right. That takes us to the next lost soul. This one is going to attack Vera. Incorporeal touch. It's going to hit and deal 20 points of damage to Vera. I need Vera to make a fortitude save, please.
Fortitude, you got it. All right.
Success.
Hell yeah.
All right. Vera, you're up.
Alrighty.
That lost soul's right in front of you, by the way.
Right in front of me. So I see Lovette basically fly past me.
Yeah.
I'm going to... Yes. Could I do a flying maneuver to go forward, following Lovette to try to dodge a attack of opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be an acrobatics check if that's okay with you.
No. What I mean, okay. There we go. That's going to be a 19. Not bad.
All right, let's see. Sadly, that is not enough to avoid an attack of opportunity, but let's see. It's actually going to miss you anyway. So you try to slide past it. It slashes at the air and just barely misses you. We'll say it like catches a little bit of your hair and like cuts it off, and the hair withers into dust as you go past it.
And I'm
Doesn't have to be the braid, just a
Don't
lock of
puss
hair.
out.
That's all. Oh, I'm
Chris
sorry.
getting gray hairs.
Fine, it takes the braid. Are you happy now? You can blame Keni for that one.
Yeah.
Why?
Grabs you at the base of the skull, rips all your hair out.
So
I'm
you
doing
roll past him.
I'm doing full movement.
Okay.
Thing. I'm
Alrighty.
following Lovette.
Okay, that's going to take us on to Zell. Zell is going to push off the ground and beat his wings and start moving to the north. That's going to take us to Chisel.
Chisel is going to turn and try to scoop up. So right now, all that's left is Vera and Petravian, correct? Right? And Archie.
Yeah, but Archie can
Okay.
fly and Vera can turn into bees and fly.
Yeah. So Petravian, I guess would I have to wait for Petravian's turn to do this whole maneuver where
No, what do you want to do?
pops up.
You
Oh,
wanna scoop up
Pat-
Petravian?
Yep, scoop up Petravian
Yeah.
and move on out.
Yeah, that's fine. So there's no enemies between you, but in initiative between you and between Chisel and Petravian. So yeah, you can do
Okay.
that. That's fine. So
Then that's what we
Chisel
do.
rushes up, grabs Petravian. Petravian grabs on, throws himself up on the saddle, and you guys are off like a bullet. That takes us on to Archie.
Archie's gonna follow along if there's anyone that would get an attacker opportunity. Well, so is everyone using their standard action to like sprint, or would he be able to keep up if he's attacking as well?
So what happens is, as everybody else runs away, Archie delivers like a haymaker punch,
Mhm.
kills another lost soul, and then jumps up into the air and starts flying after the party.
Yeah.
The paladin and the cleric are continuing to like shout and make a commotion. And as you all leave that area, you can see more and more shadows moving in that direction. Like as you're traveling north, you see a shadow like move past you and fly to the south. So they appear to be gathering a large amount of them in one place, but they're no longer tracking you specifically. And within the next few seconds, you guys find yourselves in the fog again.
I won't be on this more than a minute, so I'm gonna set you all down.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much, Lovette.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, that's really interesting. I mean, I used to be third before, but this is a new experience.
Jiro makes
Love
a
it.
sign that says, maybe, if anybody's looking at Jiro, he signs, maybe you shouldn't be so loud.
Sorry.
I want a cheeseburger.
What?
What?
Sorry, I just hear the voice like it's coming through a box and it's just like coming through at a McDonald's or something.
It's terrible.
Just that.
Welcome to Wiki's, may the hero.
No.
Lovette's next
One
big
one
business
ass
idea.
kicking. One ass kicking. Would you like that as a combo?
All right. So you guys are once again in the fog. The area around you seems quiet again. And
I
you continue traveling.
Yeah, I assume that we're still pretty much booking it.
Yeah, you're still booking it, going as quickly as you can, and that feeling of being watched has diminished. You no longer feel like something is right on your heels.
Oh, I didn't think that would go away.
What the fuck was up with that?
Oh yeah, when it hop out of the thing, a little crane will come out of the sky and pull the mech into the sky.
Somehow. It's like, what? Don't question it.
All right.
So,
So do we see anything while we're running along?
as you're running along, you see the road that you believe leads you to the north. It's difficult to tell your directions in here, but I'll take a survival check from one of you.
I'll do it.
Aw, thanks.
You know, I've been wondering for a while, and I haven't brought it up because I feel like the answer, if nobody knows, is no one has it. But does anyone have the fucking heart compass thing?
I think it's you.
I think
Yeah.
so too, but it's not on my sheet. But I'm pretty sure I just was lazy way back when and never put it in there.
That's a 42, by the way.
Oh,
Nice.
All right. So Vera,
Yeah, we don't need a fucking compass. We're good.
you like reach down and you put your hand on the ground and you kind of listen for a wind that isn't there, and you lick your finger and hold it up and don't feel any wind because you're in the Deadlands. And then you just know somehow. You're like, yeah, of course, it's right over there. And you turn, you're heading about 2 degrees to the west and start booking it, and everyone's following. So as you all are running across the lands, you see in the distance as the fog seems to thin slightly here. You can see in the distance the outline of the walls of a fort. And you
Familiar?
believe,
Oh, wow.
yeah, you believe that that is Fort Grigoli in the distance.
Ooh.
Well,
Right.
as we're heading out, Kurla is falling behind. They're going as quickly as they can, but not very easily. So Kurla will call out to Petravian, "A little help here, big guy?" Because at this point, we've been put down by the mech, right? The mech is gone,
Yes.
Grem.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, Kurla will call out to Petravian. Little
Hello?
help, please, mate.
Come on. Reaches a hand down for you.
Yeah, Kurla will take your hand and
Do
be hauled up onto Chisel.
you want to ride in front or in the back?
I'll ride in front. I mean,
Got
I'm
it.
much smaller, so it makes sense.
Most things are much smaller to Petravian, which he does like to tell people very often.
He sure
Mhm.
does.
Yeah. All right. So as you head closer and closer to Fort Grigoli, the fog seems to be thinning here for some reason. Like you can see further into the distance. And as you get fully out of the banks of fog and can see the fort up closer, you can see these arcs of lightning coming up from the courtyard of Fort Grigoli and going up into the banks of fog that are far in the sky. And the lightning itself is kind of this odd purple color.
All
And
right.
the arcs of energy seem to be coming from the courtyard and going up into the sky. So it's like lightning but in reverse.
Purple can only be a good luck color, right?
I mean, I like
No.
purple.
That's no. Yeah, no. Get based on previous experiences, but I'd say that no, it's not only a good luck color.
I mean,
I did like purple up until this moment.
typically purple will be some kind of like coloration for warning predators. So I'd assume no.
I mean, I see that reason. What? I wouldn't be offended if people say orange is not a good luck color. It's just the color. Although orange is pretty good luck.
Sometimes I hate you all.
Petravian pulls his cloak around and like, I like purple.
It's magenta.
God,
It's more red than purple.
Oh, you don't see colors well. What can I say?
And
I mean,
no, that orange
That's
is
not
also
purple.
No.
I thought it was purple.
Magenta is a mix between red and blue, but far more red than blue. Anyways.
what's Zell doing during this conversation?
What's that?
What's Zell doing during this conversation?
Zell during this conversation is just like looking at this scene and is kind of taking it in with surprising grace. He has this sense of kind of acceptance about him that is really comforting, I guess, and that he doesn't seem to be panicking at all about any of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that achieving harmony would work very well if he was panicking, so that's good to know.
Yeah, so he's kind of looking at this and he sort of takes a deep breath in and nods to himself and then starts walking toward the fort.
Oh, jeez, we should follow him.
Yeah. Is he halfling again or still dragon?
He's a halfling right now, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to catch up to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes?
I just wanted to say thank you.
It's fine.
Not to comfort you, but genuinely. Not everyone gets thanked for the deeds they do to worlds.
It's what I hope anyone would do if they were in my circumstances.
I know I would have.
He's gonna take a step forward and he's gonna hug you around the leg.
Rizzle kind of like shimmy down and just hug him around the shoulders. You will live on in so many more lives than I think you'll ever know.
He just gives you a silent nod and will turn back to look at the fort. It's just about what I expected it actually to look like.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Foreboding and evil, or
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Exactly. I've spent a lot of my life living in peace and comfort, and I think part of it is because some part of me knew that I would end up in some place like this. So I'm glad I enjoyed my life. It was well spent, I think.
I believe so, from what I've seen.
So shall we continue on then, or?
If
I
you're
think we
ready.
probably should.
Let's keep going.
So, all right. So he'll continue on, and as he gets closer to the fort, he will shift back into the form of a dragon, and you find yourselves back here Fort Grudoli.
When we're back there, I would like to toss a spell out to do Purified Calling on Archibald and then resummon him.
Okay,
So I will cast the spell on that.
go for it.
Petravian will ask Lovette, I remember you once had some magic you did on Chisel's antlers. Do you happen to have anything like that for him? That'll last more than a little bit? Or no?
What's a little bit to you? Probably not.
30 minutes? I mean,
No.
next time we get in another scrap,
Yes, I do have one of those, half done in the workshop. But it's
yes.
not done.
Was he asking
Well-
for a spell or an item?
The spell.
I can make I can give him some upgrades to his animals so they will be magical, but it's only gonna last like a few minutes.
Well, when we get towards Marcus, I think that might be useful.
Alright?
You think we're gonna go to Prota, or do you think he's gonna get real mad and come here?
I
think
would
he's
guess
got
the
the-
latter.
I think he's got the that might be him. The lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, you think he's here? Oh,
I mean,
Where else would he be?
Prota, taking it over.
I mean, he's got to do this. This thing is taking it over.
I
think
thought
the
it
idea
was
was
just kind
for
of happening necrotically.
Yeah, but I think that taking over Prota was just it will get there eventually, and then he's like, oh, that's because of me. I won. Oh.
I can try to figure out where he is, and I don't think he'd pick up on that. But at the same time, the minute we do this, as has been said, it's more likely that he'll just find us. So probably be a waste of energy.
Yeah, don't worry
Yes.
about it.
We should get the device ready soon.
Is there anything anyone wants to say before we do this? No regrets going forward.
I love all of you.
Sorry, what was that, Petravian?
I love all of you. And be this our final hours? Can't think of a better crew to do it with.
I've had a really broken idea of family since I was very young, and it's not really been a thing for most of my life. But this is, in a lot of ways, the closest thing I've ever had to a complete family. And if this does go so well, I'm glad that I might spend my final moments with all of you.
Kurla's
I
going
should
to kind of
think
look
of
at
some.
Vera. Just waiting for someone else to go first.
What do you want me to say something, or
You don't have
listen?
to.
Let's not get too sentimental. We have to give everything we have. The world's literally depending on us.
Of course it is.
Maybe.
Thank you all for...
Kurla hadn't actually said anything yet. Oh, sorry. I thought you were about to make us move on. Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go if you want, I guess.
Okay.
Someone go.
Were you going to have the finishing word, or
I
I don't think that they were going for a finishing word. I think they were
Okay,
just speaking
that's-
up.
Oh, yeah.
what I thought you were? So go ahead. No, just
no.
speak,
Okay.
please.
I wanted to thank you all very much for allowing me to experience immortal life. As Thess's herald, this has been an amazing and enjoyable experience. through and through.
Wait, is what though?
As this is Harold.
Wait, lady?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that would explain quite a bit.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that, but now that you say it, it feels like I kind of did know that all along.
I'm glad that you found out before we got to this point.
Even if I hadn't, it's not the worst thing in the world. I would have always returned back to her.
No.
But I know that this was all very much so for me to experience my dream, traveling and learning about people, and I learned how to love, and I learned how to appreciate life even more so than I already did when I was just observing. So thank you all for that. And I am so ready to beat up this fucking bitch.
If I never see a lost soul again in the rest of my life, it would be too soon.
We'll make it so.
Well, that is kind of a hard act to follow in terms of shocking revelations, but I will do my best to keep you all alive. I've said it so many times. And if by now you don't understand why that's so important to me and why you're all so important to me despite all the fighting and the miscommunication, well then I don't really know what to tell you. But we've got a job to do. We're gonna get it done. And if I can keep you all alive, I will. Thank you for helping me find myself. Kurla looks so fucking awkward right now.
Thank
This
you
is
for
gonna-
sharing your journey with us.
I'm just gonna give a big ol' smack on the lips to Jiro, crack their hands, their neck. Alright. Anything else?
Fortune's favor on Slee.
Okay.
Jiro signs. You're all very crazy, you know that?
Crazy get shit done, darling.
Crazy.
Fine, fine. Vera will put her hand in.
Me as a player just geeking out.
Okay. 1, 2. Wait, are we doing on Slee or after Slee?
Fortune's favor.
Fortune's favor.
No, Fortune's favor!
As Kurla puts their hand in, their hand will brush against the bracelets on Riz's arm and Lovette's arm. And for a brief moment, there'll be a flash of magical energy as a spell gets cast a couple of times.
Ooh.
Is that a buff that we need to put on for ourselves or anything?
It is not.
Okay.
It's just something that I need to keep track of.
Okay, cool.
Dominate person.
What a way to go. Never cast it on your mom. I learned the hard way.
I feel like that sentence goes almost regardless of your spell. Never cast it on your mom.
That's true.
And actually, Kurla will hold out a hand to Riz. Just,
Like in a high five or like what kind
just
of...
in a oh, kind of actually no, a two-hand sort of a hug thing.
Oh, okay.
An
They'll give you
offer
a
of
hug.
a hug. And they will also cast a spell once I find the damn spell in my features.
Get hugs, you get spells cast on you. That's how that works. What is a hug but a
Well-
spell delivery system?
Kurla will just whisper, "Trust me,"
Okay.
and kind of as a request, I guess.
As long as you're not trying to charm me, we're good.
No. And that is going to cost me
Dearly.
Goodness gracious. We can move on while I sort all this out.
All right. So the group begins to move closer to the fort. And yeah, feel free to move yourselves, folks. You are on the
jeez.
Grigoli
Oh
map.
boy.
You should at least recognize some of this from ancient times.
I
Yep.
recall a bunch of grapes going towards a blender.
So there's the back entrance, if everyone remembers, or do we want to just fly over the walls?
Yeah, we can just go right over the wall.
Yeah, and Riz, from where you're at, you can see the gates are still busted open, like Petravian
Oh,
and Riz.
okay.
You can see the front gate right is right there, completely busted open.
Oh, looks
Door
like
laying
there's
on the
still an
ground.
entrance here. We're good.
So you can still walk right into the courtyard, and as you do, you see the ornate black box that used to be the mega spell from Proto. It still has the side of it blown off where it was opened, but now it has these arcs of purple lightning shooting up into the sky from it every couple of seconds, letting off these weird crackling sounds as it does.
Beardy?
Yes.
So that is using one of my feats that will kick in if the HP drops below the number that I'll DM to you, and it will heal for the amount that I just rolled.
Okay.
Thank you.
Petravian and Kurla are riding Chisel on into here. There's like click, 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 click.
There we are.
Zell pops into the courtyard.
Oh, she's so fucking big.
Whee!
Takes a big chunk of the courtyard up as he does. But he gets next to this box and is trying to avoid the lightning bolts that are coming out of the top of it, because, getting struck by lightning is not a great idea.
Especially from below.
Yeah.
Well, Lovette?
Pick her up.
Alright, yeah, let's do these. So,
How
I'll
much?
pull out the cube.
Do we have to run after this?
oh yeah, we will.
Well, how much time are we going to have?
Well, we can decide that now.
Okay.
10 minutes? No, 2 minutes.
Then,
You think we can get out of the fucking Deadlands in 2 minutes?
Oh, do we need to get all the way out of the Deadlands?
Yeah, how far is this spreading?
Yeah,
Like,
how far
how
do
fast?
we need to leave?
well, look, I mean, there's only been one test run for this thing. You guys were all there for that.
And the
Wait, you
fucking
didn't?
Yeah, that's the data I've got to work with. So,
And what was that setting?
that was 10%.
That was 10?
I think we need to leave
Yes.
the fucking Deadlands.
Yeah, so we should get the fuck out of here. I don't know if all our magic is working. I could just teleport us away.
So?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Let me put on his voice here, so I don't sound like a fool.
Yes,
Will you be alright being alone?
I can manage. I will try to keep everything safe and calm here. As well as I can.
Do you want
Thank
someone
you.
to stay with you?
That may not be the best idea if this device is as dangerous as you've said.
I was offering.
No, I would not ask anyone to bear this burden.
Alright. How long did it take us to get here? Daddy DM.
You guys made incredibly good time, and something about the terrain is definitely weird, because you made what should have been a multiple day journey in like 4 hours.
Okay, so like 4 hours.
So like 4 hours is
Wow.
all it took you to get here, but you also don't know if it works the same going out of here. So this place
Oh.
definitely seems to play with physical reality in weird ways.
It might be risky, and I don't want to really burn the spell slot, but teleport seems like the safest option.
Alright.
Yep.
Where do we jump to?
The Great Veil?
Well,
Well-
I mean, like, if you guys get correctly and Malchus gets mad and goes and fucks us up, well, yeah, we should go somewhere else.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
What kind
yeah.
of place are you comfortable with maybe sort of getting destroyed if we fight somewhere?
Proda.
I don't think your teleport can go that far, Lovette.
I mean, like, actually
Not a
can,
bad
but that might
idea.
not be the best idea.
I don't think we should destroy Proda.
I don't think. Yeah.
It could be
What about
really
the desert?
funny, though. Desert. They're, I mean, we've never been in the desert that's next to the Deadlands, nor do we know how far the Deadlands have gone.
Oh no, the other one where we saw the other dragon.
Sejun?
Didn't he
Yeah.
kind of tell us not to ever go back there?
Oh, well.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's gonna have bigger things to deal with by the
It's
time.
too
I
bad
just
we
don't-
can't take them to, the downstairs place. I can
Is?
never remember the names of this world.
We couldn't go into the city, but like could maybe walk.
Maybe, like, on the edge of the entrance in Vatra. That's one I got, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We could go to that town in Rascani. I'm still a little bit pissed off with all of them. I wouldn't
Oh.
mind seeing that place flattened.
They just didn't understand that you were a half-orc. They were uneducated people. Do not blame them for their stupidity.
Kurla will have said that with a wink and like multiple repeated wink, trying to make it
Is
clear
there
that it's a
something in
joke.
your eye?
No, nothing. It's fine.
So while this is going on, have you actually taken the NSD out of the cube?
Not yet.
Okay, just making
I
sure.
got the cube out, but I don't. It's huge, so I didn't want to flatten
Okay.
everybody.
Just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Why don't we just go to the outside of the Deadlands so we can at least see if it's having an effect?
Mhm.
Yeah. I just don't know
Yeah.
where it's gonna be right now.
I mean, where we came in, more or less?
Yeah.
Well, it was moving when we came in.
Well, I don't know, 100 paces or something behind where we
Alright,
came in.
okay.
That rough area.
Mhm.
Worst comes to worst, we'll come out inside the Deadlands, but right near the border. Again,
We'll try our best.
While this is happening, Beardy, can I do a I'd like to do a perception check to see if I notice any eyes
Yeah.
watching us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, you absolutely got it. So Petravian, you take a minute while everyone else is kind of talking and bickering and
Nope.
figuring out what they're gonna do. You look around and you think you might have to sneeze. That's about it.
Yep.
for the audience, that was a nat 1.
Yeah.
Man, this has been quite the fucking finale. I tell you what. Jesus motherfucking
I tell you
Christ.
what, Chisel is still on edge. I'd like for Chisel to make a perception
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, sure, okay.
17.
Chisel also maybe has to sneeze.
All right, I'm gonna pull up
Yeah.
the NSD.
All right, Lovette, you open up the cube. Now, does that require a spell cast?
It does require teleport.
Okay,
So I'll
so
use
go ahead
one.
and use that, please.
Mhm.
Now, does that require teleport for you to go in and retrieve it, and then another teleport to come back
Yeah,
out of
it does. You're right.
Okay. All right, just making sure. So go ahead and burn 2 teleports for that.
You got it.
And Lovette appears with the NSD, and I'm just going to lay out a box on the map to denote where it is located. So that should be visible, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. I'll put a note on it as well. There you go.
I feel kind of silly, having done the whole Fortune's Favor thing. I thought we were going to like fight like a demon in here.
Right?
It'll
What's
be
silly
coming up
about
soon
it? I thought
enough,
it was
would think.
cool.
I mean, I thought the lightning was. I thought that was Marcus.
We are like touch hands and if we could like draw a thing that goes so you put your hands together and make like a picture.
Okay, I'm down for that. That sounds fun.
We already did it. It's too late. Now it's just dumb.
No, I mean we can do it in the future.
Kurla
And
is
at
going
this
to...
point, I'll take a perception check from everybody.
You got it.
Oh,
37.
Okay.
31.
25 for Petravian, 23 for Chisel.
That is a
38
nat...
for Vera.
Beg pardon, sorry.
Hey.
That was a nat 20 for Kurla for a total of 46.
Alrighty. So as you all are looking around, or rather, you hear something or get the sense that tickle on the back of your neck, all of your hair standing up on your arms. You look around and you see shadows again at the edges of your vision, floating in the air, moving, phasing through the walls of the fort, and they're moving to attack again. They seem drawn specifically to the NSD.
Yeah, how about a minute?
How many of them do I see?
Currently, about 7, I would say. Seven different shadowy beings at the moment.
How long does it take to cast teleport?
1 action. If I just do the regular teleport.
6 seconds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how about we shorten this time to a minute? No? Yes?
A whole minute?
That'll work.
I mean, I don't want... Yeah, we kind of need a timer.
Are you okay with this, Zell?
Zell thinks about it.
I don't see us having much choice. They're going to be attacking now. How long does this device take to activate?
Well, it went off, like, right away last time.
So,
Mm-hmm. At a 10% charge, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
what the fuck does that mean?
It means it has to spool up to go off at a full charge. It's got.
How long does it take to spool up? I designed this thing. I should know.
Yeah, you really.
As far as you're aware, it should only take about a minute from you setting the dial to 100% and then flipping the switch. It should take about a minute before the thing fully charges and explodes.
So if we set a
probably
timer
doesn't-
for a minute, then that means it's 2 minutes?
If you set a delay timer for a minute on
But-
top of that, it'll take 2 minutes.
Well, does the spool up, like, does it start emitting
No.
energy during the spool? Okay.
Nope. No, it's basically what it's doing during that is it's making dimensional tunnels during that time, and once it's ready, it opens all of them at once and dumps everything out all at once. So it would take effectively 10 rounds from the moment you press the start button on it for it to actually go off if it's set to full 100% charge. If you set it to a lower charge, it can go faster because it's opening fewer and smaller tunnels.
We can defend this thing for a minute. Or for 34 seconds.
Right. Tell me when you start it.
Oh, I just hit the button.
What?
Okay. So Lovette, you slam that little red button, and the machine starts to kick on and chuff to life. And you get the sense that in about 1 minute, this thing is going to go off, and it is going to be one hell of an explosion of positive energy. And at that, let's take a short break.
And we're back.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
We're back.
Howdy.
To check, please, the live play tabletop role-playing game show.
Nailed it.
I'm Beardy again. Still Beardy. Haven't changed. So last time, before the break, the group has been going through the Deadlands, trying to make their way to a place called Fort Grigoli, and set off something called the NSD, which stands for what, Grem?
That's a good question.
The collector nomenclature is necrotic siphoning device.
The Necrotic siphoning device. And getting it set off to dump a massive amount of positive energy and counteract the Deadlands at the same time that Zell is going to do whatever it is Zell is going to do, and maybe actually make this thing permanent. So, yeah. I believe the last thing that happened is as you smacked the button to start the process, a 1 minute timer has appeared as this device is going to take a little bit to spool up. And as you do that, the group is going to be accosted by a number of shadows that have appeared and are moving to attack the party as they travel through some of these walls.
As Lovette hits that button, would it be okay for me to cast a spell?
Yeah, so I'm going to drop initiatives here immediately, and then as soon as your initiative's up, you can cast a spell. Here we go. All right. So go ahead and roll some initiatives, and let's see what happens here.
Could you drop Chisel in there?
Oh, sure. Chisel's
Thank you,
here,
thank
and I
you.
think Jiro also needs to be added.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll remember him this time.
It's fine. We didn't need him last time.
No, so there's Chisel, and
Oh,
there
it's not fun.
is
We need Jiro here.
Jiro. All right, so I'll add the two of these guys to initiative as well.
And a
Okay.
boy.
All right. All right, so here we are. Lovette smashed that button. A 1 minute timer begins, and that is going to start effectively tracked time combat. Chisel has initiative.
Wonderful. Whereabouts are they coming through? Are they pretty much all around us?
Yes. If you look around your character, you may or may not be able to see them. Sorry, one second.
No,
I'll
not
make
just
them
yet.
all. Allow me to make them visible then, shall I?
Yes,
And
please.
Skrewy, would you like me to delay until after you so that you can do any sort of action that you might need to do adjacent
Yes,
to Chisel
please.
time-wise?
I was going to cast a spell on myself, but yeah, that'd be wonderful. Well, gonna get some bad guys at the first.
Okay. So, all right. What's Chisel doing?
Chisel is going to make his way. Actually, he's gonna take a step 10 feet to the north to put himself between the walls and Lovette and Petravian.
Okay.
And ready in action for if they come in, but he's not going to be able to do a goddamn thing.
Yeah, no, not magical antlers yet, so not much he can do.
Yep.
Kurla, what are you up
Well,
to?
now we've got lost souls between you and Chisel anyway, so do you still want me to delay, or shall I just go ahead and do what I'm going to do, Skrewy?
Go right ahead.
Okie dokie. Then Kurla, having dismounted Chisel before the switch got flicked, is going to concentrate, wave their hands through the air with far more grace than they used to, and cast Blessing of Fervor,
Nice.
Good choice, good choice.
which will
All
give
right.
everyone quite a few boosts.
All right, and that will
And,
last for 20 rounds.
Did that cast?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least I see it. So go ahead and activate the Blessing of Fervor buff on yourselves and on your animal companions / summons. And
Thank
we'll
you.
go from there. All right, move action from Kurla.
No move action. Kurla is going to stay where they are.
Alrighty. That takes us on to the first of the shadows. Alright, this thing is going to come out of a wall, screeching toward Archie as quick as he can, and is going to move in to attack. Moving in with an incorporeal touch. That is going to be enough to hit because Archie's touch AC is pathetically low. It's only going to do 3 points of necrotic damage, and I will need a
Yeah.
fortitude save from Archie.
Oh boy.
Alright, Archie
Oh,
takes
boy.
no strength damage.
All right, good.
Next shadow, same as the first, moves in and attacks Archie.
Hmm.
It's kind of when Archie takes up like an entire quarter of the party.
I
He's
totally
gonna get
understand.
decent amounts of hits.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna take up the other quarter.
All right, so this one's going to hit for 6 points of necrotic damage, and I need another fortitude save, please. All right, another save.
Cool.
Petravian, you have initiative.
Petravian is going to take his arm, concentrate, and he's going to slap his shield, his armor, casting Sanctify Armor.
Okay. Go drop the spell.
Use. Yep. With a DR 5 against evil and plus 5.
Okay. What's your armor's current bonus? Because it's not going to stack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's say your armor already has a +5 bonus on it.
Oh,
So it's
I
not
didn't
going to
know
up your
it did not
AC, but it
stack.
does give you that DR5 versus evil. So that's nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll do.
All right.
I mean,
And I will stay where I'm at.
Sounds good. All right. That's going to move us on to the shadows here. So another shadow is going to move in from the top and move in to attack Zell, who has not yet moved. And Zell is going to get struck for 4 points of damage and have to make a save. All right. Fortitude save. Oh, he's got that. Okay. Zell saves.
Okay.
I actually think Zell. I don't actually think Zell can fail that.
Perfect.
That's good.
All right.
I'm
So that's
fine
gonna
with
take us
that.
on. So as this fight is continuing, looming in from the north, you see a huge shadow. So this thing is significantly larger than a regular shadow. It's hovering up in the air, and as it gets closer, it's going to raise its hands and it's going to shift them around as it's channeling something. And a bolt of purple lightning, like the kind that have been coming out of that box, is going to, instead of coming up from the box and into the sky, is going to come from the sky and land right in the middle of the party. I'd like a reflex save from the entire group, please.
Crap.
Oof.
Mm. 21.
So a big burst of energy comes down, and it's going to hit all of you guys and the NSD.
All right, that's gonna be 20 for Vera.
Okay.
That was a 22 from Kurla.
23 from Petravian and a 34 from Chisel.
What the fuck?
All right.
21 from Lovette and 24 from Archibald.
All right. The DC was 25.
I'm gonna
Oh,
reroll.
fuck.
Damn. Who?
I'm gonna
Who?
reroll.
Oh, you're gonna reroll.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you use another of your fate points. I think for yourself it's just one.
Just
right?
one. Ha ha ha! It's
Okay.
the same exact fucking roll.
Oh no.
May I meow, Beardy?
I mean, you get. I believe you can, right?
Yeah,
You tell me. You're
yeah,
more familiar with that spell than I am.
I can. So, meow, and I'll re-roll,
All right.
and that's 7.
Okay, I got.
You rolled? I didn't see anything pop. Oh.
Have you
That is a
figured out the
28.
result?
Oh. 7. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you meant your result was a 7. I'm like, how could it
No.
possibly be that low?
And this time it was
Uh,
a 19, so for a total of 28.
All right, so you save. Okay. Let me roll some damages. All right. Those who saved take 40 damage. So that's Kurla minus 40, and Vera, I believe, was the only other person that saved.
And chisel.
I rolled a
And
20
Chisel.
for a reflex.
Oh, Chisel saved. Okay.
Yep.
I don't
Oh,
think
Vera did
anyone
not
else
save.
was at
I'm
25.
sorry. Okay. All right. Let me roll for Jiro because I didn't roll for him yet. One second. Apologies. Reflex save. Jiro. Yeah, he's fine. Okay. So he takes half damage as well. And everyone else takes 81 damage. So I already taken that off of Vera. Riz, there's minus 81. Archie, minus 81. Lovette, minus 81. And Petravian, minus 81.
Can you take off refund 15 because Holy Champion and the Sanctify armor?
It is not like a weapon damage.
Oh,
DR doesn't work against spells.
Oh,
Damn.
also, reminder to anybody who used the +2 for Fervor that you'd get a +2 to skills.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's to
That's true.
skills,
Okay.
though.
Hmm?
You said skills.
Sorry, it is
Saves?
for saves and AC, I believe.
It wouldn't have done anything for me.
So for
I would
me,
have
it
saved
would've-
Archie then.
I think it would have saved Petravian.
Did Archie use that as his bonus for the round?
No, he didn't go yet, so
It,
Yeah.
AC and reflex saves.
I didn't.
That'd be
I wasn't sure if this applied to people who had not gone. Okay.
Yeah.
That would have halved it for Petravian, because I have a 23 in the.
So go ahead and go ahead and announce what your choice is.
Oh, okay.
So we can just go down the line and just declare what your bonus is going with.
right, who started?
So we'll start with Skrewy and go Skrewy, Grem, Xeno, Foaly, Keni.
Reflex for this round.
I'm doing AC and reflex.
It's touch
Okay.
AC, correct?
Yeah, it's dodge bonus to AC,
Then yes,
plus
I'll
2
take
attack roll
AC.
bonus, and reflex.
For both myself and Archibald.
Okay.
Mine will also be the +2 on dodge.
Okay.
Same.
All right. So if you were going to take that anyway, you said that would have changed it for Archie.
I would have changed. Well, I didn't take the save, and his turn didn't come up yet anyway.
Well, you would technically get the bonus immediately.
Oh.
So
Well, I didn't-
that's why I'm asking. So if that would have changed it for Archie, I'll refund 41 hit points on him.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, that is a bolt of negative energy. If anybody here has negative resistance, let me know. Also, I believe Lovette has spell resistance, right?
I do.
Okay.
Is this that apply here?
Yeah, it's a spell. So
Oh.
Sorry, you said negative resistance?
but it'd be negative energy. So if you have negative energy resistance, then it would be you'd take less damage from this. All right. So Lovette, your spell resistance is what?
31.
31? 31? Okay.
Mhm.
All right, let me make a caster check.
That's such a high fucking number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
GG, baby.
Dealing with the best caster in the setting right now, or one of the best casters in the setting, so it's got to be pretty good.
That's true.
All right. Sadly, that is not going to avail you this
I
time.
think so.
All right. It was close, though. I mean, if that's any consolation.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that I've got these runes now inlaid into the metalwork in my skin,
Mhm.
and it puts up like a force field, and it stops it for a second, and then it punches through and hits me.
All right.
Beardy, you said
what's
it would have halved it for me since I passed. With
Did
the yeah, it would have
Oh,
been a
did you-
25. You said.
would you have passed? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. I'll refund
Just.
41 hit points onto Petravian then.
Huzzah!
Cool. All right. Anyway, back
Thank
onto
you.
it.
Yep.
That takes us to a lost soul. It's going to move up at 5 feet, and it's going to make a full attack against Kurla. That's not good. Okay, Kurla. This thing reaches in. It's a critical hit. It strikes in with its claw. It's going to do 31 points of negative energy damage to you.
Is that the same thing as negative levels?
No,
Okay, just
it
making
doesn't
sure.
inflict negative levels. It is going to do stat damage, which are you immune to that? That's a good question. You have a
Not entirely sure, to be honest with
okay.
you.
Yeah,
'cause
if
this
you want to just like check that
is
on
brand new. We're talking the final
you're fine.
revelation for Life
it's final
Oracles.
revelation for life mystery.
Ability
like-
damage and drain cannot reduce you below 1 in any ability score.
Okay, but you're
immune
not
to-
immune to ability damage.
No,
Okay.
I don't
All right.
believe so.
Okay, in that case, I need a fortitude save from Kurla.
You're not going to get insta-murked by this, at least. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm quite scared of these fucking things.
Okay,
That is
so
13
luckily-
and... Okay.
yeah, luckily it did not roll well on the strength damage, so you only take 2 points of strength damage.
Okay.
All right, and that moves us on to Riz.
So just as like a generalized idea,
Mhm.
just want to kind of ask, how close are all the lost souls currently?
To each other.
Yeah, I guess.
So like, let's see, some of these are like 90 feet from each other.
That is
80
quite
feet
a
from each other.
distance.
Now there's some that are close. There's these 3 that are near you that are all within 30 feet of each other.
That's true.
So, centered from the one east of Archie is within 30 feet of 3 other souls. What are you thinking there? What are you thinking
I
there?
think it's time to bring out the chain lightning at this point and buff it
Ooh.
enough to make sure that the sparks out. Let's say the shadow that might be the most middle of all the shadows, and
Okay.
buff it up enough
Very mid,
to
that shadow.
to reach all the other shadows.
Okay.
One might say.
All right.
So, Riz is going to bring out Thess's symbol and cast Chain Lightning. and kind of calling from the heavens onto their hand where it sparks out towards the center. And hope for the best.
All right, and what is the range on that now? You've upped it?
I've upped it to 60, I think it was.
All right, so
yeah.
60 feet out? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're targeting it on, you said this one?
Yes.
The one north
that
of
would
Archie?
be correct.
Okay. Gotcha. So that'll hit
I'm assuming
everybody
that's
else in here, it
center,
looks
let's
like.
be honest.
Yeah, that's even close enough to hit the huge shadow to the north. That's
Fuck yeah.
excellent. All right, that'll hit all targets. So the first thing is that shadow gets a reflex save. Now, if it fails to hit him, or if he passes the reflex, does it still cascade out to everyone else?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'll just go ahead and roll for everybody at once. All right, here we go.
DC 25.
DC 25 reflex saves, go. All right, we got some rolls here. Okay, so the initial Lost Soul saves, it takes half damage.
Okay.
The Lost Soul to the west saves and takes half damage. And the Huge Shadow to the north saves and takes half damage. And all the other ones failed the saves.
Okay. I thought you were going to tell me that, like, all but one saved, and I was going to be like, okay, cool.
Nope. All right, so the shadow east of Archie is destroyed.
Nice.
And the shadow west of Zell is destroyed. All the other ones are still up. Do you have a move action?
No, I'm pretty safe next to Archie with that +2 AC, so I'm going to stay here.
Okay. That's going to take us to Jiro. He is going to rush over next to Kurla, and he is going to attack with his Wakizashi and strike this Lost Soul for... oh no, he rolls a nat 1. Okay.
What the
Well,
fuck?
let's see if he confirms. He rolled a nat 3 on his confirmation.
Oh no.
Interestingly enough, the nat 3 does hit though. So.
I fucking hate Jiro.
So he just misses. All right, Lovette. I didn't
All
even
right.
like build him all that strong. It's just
I know.
That's just ninjas,
fucking
man. I don't know.
Ninjas, man.
Ninja.
All right,
It's
so
that strong. Excuse me. We saw
I
what
think
you do.
That's my
that's just
future
a standard ass
husband.
ninja.
That's my fucking future ass husband right there.
That's just a standard ass ninja, a class that any one of you can play.
Lavette's wandering around the crowd, like looking at her gauntlet, looking up in the sky.
Plate. Here.
And I'm gonna deploy Dorothy again. Drops from the sky right in front of me, and I'll hop back in.
All right, so I'm gonna have you shift over and then grow,
Yes.
so that's a little bit easier on everybody.
That's what I was figuring to do.
Go. All right, and I need to change your icon here.
So big.
All right, Dorothy. There we go. Okay, so you shift over, standard action. You deploy Dorothy, and you cast in the what? Cast in the name
That's in the name of
Voska.
Voska.
Ye
not
mighty.
guilty.
You're not guilty. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mixed that with Ozymandias for some reason.
Yeah, I feel it.
All right, that is going to take us to a shadow. It's going to move over and attack Chisel. Chisel gets an attack of opportunity, and regardless of what Chisel rolls, it does no damage.
Yeah.
And it's
My
going to
fault.
move in.
My fault.
It's the thing. And it's going to move over and attack Chisel. Chisel's touch AC, however, is high enough that the shadow misses.
Huzzah!
Archibald, you're up.
Yeah. All right. Can he reach that guy on the left? He cannot. So he's just gonna go ham on. Oh wait, there's the one by Jiro. So can I divide his attacks? Do I have to like declare that in advance?
I would prefer you declare it in advance, yes.
Okay, then he's gonna do his primary attack on the one next to him, and the other two on the one next to Jiro, and then we'll see where that leaves him before he does the punches.
Okay.
All right, and we will.
Oh,
make
so
that a power
he's
attack.
splitting his sword attacks too?
Yes, if that's all right.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
So it's a 32 on the guy to the north, and then
Mhm.
28 on the guy to the south.
On the guy to the south. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, Archie, swings down this great hunk of metal with these glowing red runes on it. And it doesn't so much as cut the shadow to the north, but just flattens it with the flat of the blade, just kind of plats it into the ground and just destroys this thing. Does 56 damage
Wonderful.
and kills it immediately. He then
What the fuck?
turns and slashes at the one by Jiro and does 49 damage and 42 damage successively to it, destroying the Lost Soul completely.
Wonderful. All right.
All right.
He's done. I guess I'll give him a high five.
All right, that's going to take us to the next guy, which is another Lost Soul. It's going to move in and attack Lovette from the
Oh
east.
boy.
All right,
Yeah.
Lovette, I believe you would get an attack of opportunity against it. So
That's
go
true.
ahead and go for that first before I declare its attack.
You got it. I would like to make that as a power attack.
Attacks
wait,
of
I can't make
opportunity
it.
can't be.
Yeah, and
attacks.
you're right. I don't get his feats. It says I get his abilities, and that I don't know what that means, but I don't
Yeah,
imagine his feats.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
But a 28 is going to
28.
hit.
Okay.
So you deal 28 damage.
Mhm.
It's going to swing back at you, so its
Okay.
turn actually goes, and it
Yeah.
also rolls a 28. Interestingly,
That's
lots
cool.
of 28s.
That is
So-
above my AC. Well, it's above my AC. It's not above his though. Oh wait, but touch AC.
yeah, it's your touch AC anyway. So yeah,
But is it
it's-
my touch AC?
Even if it was, it's 14,
gonna
not
hit me.
28.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I'm
still
just-
hits you.
Figuring this out.
I would say it would go after your touch AC, but
Okay.
well, which in this case, your physical stats change to Archie's,
That's true.
so your dex would stay the same.
Yes.
But the thing is, we haven't adjusted your size, which is going to change your stuff. So I wasn't going to change your size every time you did this, but you
Yeah,
would have
that's
gone
fine.
quite a few. So your AC would have dropped.
We could
down.
just use Archie's.
I think it'd be easier, honestly. So
Yeah.
at this point, though, it's going to hit you. You take
Cool.
16 points of negative damage,
Oh.
and I need you to make a Fortitude save.
Okay. So
And
do I make these with his stats then?
the saves, I believe, are yours, unless it says otherwise in the ability.
Well, it says my physical stats change to his, so I would understand that the saves stay, but then I have his strength or his constitution rather than mine.
Right. So you
Okay,
would
so
get
this
your...
will be +4 to what I roll.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so it's a
29. All right. That is going to save. And that takes us on to another huge shadow. So
Another
coming up from the south, a huge shadow moves in, raises its arms in the air, and begins casting another spell. This time, a cone of energy is going to move out from it. And I'm going to go ahead and just draw a cone here from him. Boom.
Oh, okay then.
Hey, then. Well,
So a cone of energy emanates out from the huge shadow. In this like bluish purplish swirling energy cascades from its palms and sweeps across you. And even though you can't really feel temperature in the Deadlands, this feeling like is so cold that it cuts you to the bone. I'd like all of you to make a reflex save, please.
Come on.
Should
heart
I
of the-
call for my spell resist first?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Sorry, so it's 31. So I'll roll
Yes.
it for that.
35.
Another pass. I am very sorry, but they're rolling very well on the spell resistance rolls.
alright, that is going to be a
Okay.
26. That is up to 28.
Okay. The DC is
Attaboy,
25, by the way.
I'm good.
Probably
Petravian
unconscious
fails,
then.
Chisel passes at
Okay,
16
you
and 34
can-
respectively.
Can't you siphon Archie's HP?
Yeah, I just remembered that as I said that out loud. I was
Okay.
like, wait,
It's
yes,
like,
I might be
But
okay.
there's no way Lovette's going down from that. All right,
Yeah.
all right.
My meowing functions as an immediate action, and I've already done one of those this round, so I can't re-roll. Do I have that correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, then I get 13, and then the +2 makes for 15.
All right,
so
reroll.
I
Okay.
do not save. Reroll?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Riz, that's 2 more fate points.
Yeah.
What are you at, by the way, on those?
Fuck.
10.
All
I
right.
rolled the
I'm
exact same thing again,
Very
so
nervous.
that's, again, 13 + 2 is 15.
All right. So the DC was 25. So let me go down the line here. First, I need to roll the damage. Sorry.
How's Kurla on HP?
Okay.
By the way,
Not
BT
good.
dubs. Oh boy. I mean, I see the
All right.
color of the bar. I just don't know what the number is.
So the damage is 56.
Okay.
So that's going to be 28 damage to those who saved. So who saved?
Kenny did. Riz
Chisel.
did.
Kenny always saves. Very
I
good.
always save. You're right. I'm the
right.
best.
So Riz takes 28 damage. Who else saved?
I did.
Chisel, but he
Vera
gets
takes
resist cold.
Oh, I
28.
forgot to roll Archie's completely. Might be-
Chisel takes 28.
Chisel has a resist cold of 10.
I will.
Is- Is it a cold damage?
It was cold damage. Yeah.
Okay.
And DC is 25.
DC was 25. Yes.
Then Archie passes well.
Excellent. Archie saves and takes 25 damage. 28 damage. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay. And let me roll for Jiro. Sorry, I forget him again. Jiro reflex. Jiro fails. Okay, that's goddamn Jiro. Stop rolling like shit today.
He's nervous.
Yeah, he's nervous in his final battle here. So that means everybody takes 56 damage otherwise. So Petravian 56 damage. Kurla 56 damage. Jiro 56 damage. And Lovette 56 damage. Now Lovette, that takes you to negative 35. I'm
Right.
guessing you're going to siphon 36 hit points from Archie.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to pull 36 off of Archie and give you 36, taking you back to 1 hit point. All right,
Ooh.
that is
I'm at
Huge
12
Shadow's
HP, yay.
turn, and that takes us to the next Huge Shadow.
Oh my god.
All right, moving in from the wall to the north. Let me remove that cone. All right, this Huge Shadow moves in and is going to, again, cast a spell on the area. By the way, I need to roll some stuff for the NSD, because both the lightning attack and the cone have both hit it.
We built these things to last.
Oof. Okay. So, Lovette, make a perception check.
Oh no.
You're the only one that would get it anyway. Actually, no,
This is
not a
real
perception check.
funny.
Make an engineering check for me.
Oh, okay. I'm better at that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want.
It's round 1, by the way.
We have to do 10 rounds of this?
Oh, that was a nat
Yep.
20.
All right,
So
and it's a
give
nat
me the
20.
goods.
Excellent. Okay, so you look over at the NSD and you see that the electricity and the frost damage have definitely affected the NSD a little bit. It's kind of shaking a little more than it used to. You think it's still going to work, but it definitely shouldn't get hit like that much more.
Ah,
So,
look at the more
yeah, keeping
elements
it-
if I had known.
Keeping it safe might be an important thing to focus on.
We're trying to keep ourselves safe.
Yeah, especially when this Huge Shadow is going to come in here and cast another one of those lightning spells.
Oh.
So, all right, Huge Shadow, cast another spell. This one is another lightning. It's going to be focused on Archie. 30-foot burst, I believe it was. So, again, that's pretty much going to hit everybody.
And they're not hitting their friends with these?
Well, they're immune to cold damage and they're immune to
Mhm.
negative damage. They're actually healed by negative damage, but I wasn't going to heal them because I felt that was a
Okay.
hat on a hat.
Yeah,
But
I
they are-
wasn't sure if I wanted to say that, but I was
But
like,
they-
maybe this is lightning.
But they
I
are
don't
immune.
know.
They're immune to cold damage, and the lightning's not actually lightning; it's negative
Okay.
energy.
Yeah, I see.
So it's sorry.
They-
I'm actually trying to be.
I appreciate it. All right.
All right. So I need as another lightning bolt comes down from the sky, it's going to strike Archie and blast out into 30-foot range around him. So could I get some reflex saves from everybody?
Yeah,
Yep.
Can I get
Nope.
the spell resist
Petravian
roll
fails.
first?
Chisel
Fails.
passes.
I'm good.
All right.
Beardy, can I get a spell resist roll first?
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
no worries.
Spell resist. That one's gonna fail. So yeah, your spell resistance works on that one. So Lovette, you're still stuck at 1 HP.
I rolled a 22, which I guess doesn't get adjusted because I already used the +2 earlier.
That stays.
Does it? Okay, well
Yeah.
then a 24 saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. Archie got a 22 adjusted.
Alrighty. All right. All right. Well, the rolls were actually pretty abysmal for the lightning bolt.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like it only did 20. So 10 to those who saved. Who saved, by the way?
Me.
What was the DC?
DC's
25.
25.
Missed it by 1.
Okay.
Chisel.
Chisel save takes 10 damage. And anyone else?
He
Does that
actually
take Kurla down
has-
if they take the 20?
Kurla takes the 20. That would take Kurla to negative what? Negative
8.
12?
We
Negative
really
8.
need Kurla
Negative
up
8.
right now.
Sorry.
Takes me
Yeah,
to
negative 8.
negative
So
8.
Kurla would be bleeding but not dead.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Minus 20 on Kurla, taking a negative 8. I forgot to roll Jiro again. Jiro. Oh, now you nat 20, ass. All right. 10 damage. Even though he's probably got evasion and I shouldn't be doing anything to him. Oh, well.
Chisel has resistance 10 to electricity as well.
Oh, okay. I'll refund 10 damage to
Oh,
Chisel.
wait, is it electric damage?
No. This isn't electric. Sorry. I'll
Oh,
remove 10 damage. Thank
you said lightning.
Yeah,
so
It's
I was
negative.
about to say.
Sorry, it's these
My
are
apologies.
bolts of negative energy. They
negative
just-
energy.
they look
Sorry,
like-
my bad. My bad.
Apologies.
Archibald,
That's
I
why they're
believe, is
purple.
totally immune.
Yeah, that's why they're purple and not white or blue. Duh.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Purple is an evil color.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I was saying.
Of course.
20 off of Vera. Lovette is resistant, or spell
Alright.
resists out of it. So I think that's all the damage out.
Pew-pew.
All right.
We need to get Kurla up now.
Yes.
So that's going to take us to the last of the shadows. It's going to move south and attack Zell. It is going to nat 20, critically hit
Fuck.
Zell for 14 points of damage. And then
he's
I'm going to
fine.
roll. I'm pretty sure he can't fail his fort save. Yeah, he can't. He literally cannot fail his fort save unless he rolls a 1. Okay. That takes us to Vera.
Alrighty. So Kurla is currently down and cannot cast anything. Is that correct?
Right. Kurla
Correct.
has just flopped on the ground, so I'm going to actually add the prone to Kurla there. So Kurla is now on the ground and unconscious and also bleeding. So they need to be stabilized or healed.
Well, Vera is basically profusely bleeding at this point and
Mhm.
is about to grab a staff on their back as they fall to their knees and they take off their mask and they look at Kurla and their hand begins to turn into this amber kind of crystal. I'm going to jab it straight into Kurla's chest. And what Kurla would feel is almost this revitalizing. It's almost like you're feeling pieces of your structure being rebuilt and put into place. As I cast heal on
Love
Kurla.
it. All right.
Kurla's eyes will snap open and they will emit a scream at this bizarre sensation. And
You
then
also, oh sorry.
just... No,
Continue.
go for it.
You also feel things moving inside you that shouldn't be moving.
Oh, God.
Thank you. Thank you
Kurla
for
will
that
just-
little bit
Fucking
extra.
creepy.
Kind of
Oh,
turn a
God.
weak smile towards Vera and be like, so how long you been waiting to do that one to me then?
All right. So that will
Long
heal
enough.
Kurla for 150 hit points and take Kurla back to 142.
Thank you.
And you have a move action left, Vera.
I guess Vera will fly up as far as they can, which would be 30 feet, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still in range for most of Kurla's spells?
I believe so. I'll double check for you though.
Okay.
Because turnabout is fair play. Yes, still in range.
All right.
Just don't go any further than that.
Vera, you fly 30 feet up in the air to get kind of a commanding view of the battle. And as you're up there, please make me a perception check now that you can
You
see over the
got it.
wall.
Give her a high five or reach out to. I imagine she doesn't want to.
I feel like Vera is barely, like, holding on to this flight. That's a 31.
Okay. So up there, you see. Now you can see over the walls, and like I said, this whole area is less foggy than most of the Deadlands. Just being near the epicenter, it kind of like funnels all of the fog up in like this weird kind of eye of the storm sort of way. And as you are up this high and can see over the walls, you see more and more of these shadows moving toward your location. You think that either the combat or the fact that all of you are here or the NSD booting up, something is drawing these things in, and it looks like they're not going to stop. Because as you can like look out, you can see, I'll say a couple 100 feet in any direction, and you see dozens of these, both big ones and small ones, just going out in every direction.
Alrighty. Also seeing this, Vera is just thinking how they can't just be here, how they can't just let everything end here, and they think about everything they've been through, and their light will shine up as the Eye of the Protector will activate.
Mm-hmm. All right, and that grants you how many temp HP? 60?
40.
700.
600. 17,000 temporary. Actually, what can I do that? Can I do 17,000 temporary points?
Oh my god, Beardy.
Soul!
Oh, I can. Nice. Okay.
Damn.
50,
It
is
actually
that
will let
correct?
me do that.
It's 40.
It's
Vera's
40.
pretty
All right.
tough. Oh.
There we go.
That really hurt.
No.
That was the most
Alright.
painful thing you've ever experienced.
All right. So Vera, you hit 40 temp HP, and the Eye of the Protector activates. That's going to take us to the last person in initiative, Zell, who rolled a whopping 3 on his initiative.
He's trying to get in that Zen state.
Yeah, he's trying to do something. So he's going to spend his turn. He's actually going to suck in a deep breath, and he is going to blow out a massive amount of fire to the northeast, hitting both the shadow and the huge shadow to his northeast. So I'm going to roll out some damage for him. Good old ancient great worm fire breath for a gold dragon. All right. Reflex saves from these two chuckle fucks. All right, they both fail and are destroyed without mercy. All right, so a shadow and a huge shadow are both destroyed to the north, ending his turn and taking us to the beginning of round 2. Chisel, you're up.
This is going to delay till after Petra.
Actually, speaking of, before we go too much further, I need to add the new combatants in for round 2. Those who just arrived.
Don't need to. Don't have to.
I certainly need to. Don't worry.
Oh, Beardy.
I certainly need to.
Have I ever told you how much I love you?
Have you ever know that you're my hero?
All right,
You are
new
the
enemies have been added to the initiative order, and we'll move on to Kurla. Kurla, you are awake, alive, but prone. What would you like to do?
Well, good question. I was just seeing if I could get out from being.
Getting up from prone is a move action, right?
Is it just a move action, or is it a
Yeah.
standard action? Okay,
Yep, it's a
then
move action
if
to
it's a
stand
move
up.
action, then standing up will be my move action. Thank you, Keni. Kurla's going to look up at Vera and sort of make eye contact and actually give them a genuine smile, a kind of smile of gratitude. And then their eyes are going to flare with white moonlight, which will spread across their entire body and then start bubbling outwards as if this moonlight is on fire as they cast Mass Heal, which should heal everyone within a 75-foot range. But unlike Channel, which you can only do positive or negative, I believe Mass Heal should also damage the undead.
Yep, that is correct. Mass heal will also damage the undead.
Lovely.
Thank you, Kurla.
Thank you, baby.
This positive healing energy is just going to explode out of Kurla,
Mm-hmm.
hitting everyone
So
within
Fuck
it's
75
one of
feet.
them. It's one of them big ones. So,
What
what is your
Oracle spells?
DC 25 on the shadows, of which there are 3 in range of you? So I'm going to roll that real quick. Boom, boom, boom.
If that counts as an
I
attack,
want you in my room.
does it count as an attack for the enemies?
What's that?
Does it count as an attack for the the Lost Souls?
Yeah, he's rolling the DC. He just did.
Yeah, I'm
Then
rolling
I'll use my +2 from my Blessing of Fervor to raise the DC on that if that's the way it works.
Let's see.
Or is that just a +2 on the damage?
I'm not sure what you mean. There's no +2 to DC on Blessing of Fervor.
Then I'm losing my mind, and never mind.
Okay, it's all good. All right, so of those 3 saves, 2 of them actually end up saving, and they're going to take, what, partial? Oh, will negates. Oh, fuck, okay. Yikes. All right, so they take no damage, 2 of them. One of them is absolutely obliterated.
Is it the huge shadow?
Is the big one?
It is actually the huge
Really?
shadow.
Yay!
Yeah,
it takes two-
Kurla, let's
it takes-
go!
It takes 200 damage and is destroyed instantly.
Oh, thank the gods.
The other 2 manage to save somehow and take no damage. And of the rest of you, I'm going to go ahead and apply 200 points of healing to you, Hardy.
Thank you,
So
thank you, thank you,
here-
thank you, thank you, thank
Away
you.
you go.
Over splash.
Oh my
Boom.
god, give us the... And we
All
get
right,
over because of the...
You do get over splash,
meta.
yes. Some of you. Yeah. So there was a bit of a misread on that last time. So the oversplash is actually capped to the caster level of the caster of the spell. So the overblade is
Oh,
actually
it's
only
20.
20.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's going to move Vera to 60 temporary HP, and that'll move everyone else to 20 temporary.
Yay!
So I'll be adding those onto your sheets now. If you want to just put in 20 temp on your sheets,
You
you're
got
You
it.
got
Yeah,
it,
shell.
boss.
Okay. All right, so that will be Kurla's turn. Let me remove prone from you since you stood
Thank
up.
you.
And that will be your turn. So that moves us on to one of the shadows. All right, so the one in the northwest is going to fly in through the wall and attack Zell and take an attack of opportunity for the gall of such a thing. And will be not destroyed, interestingly enough.
When they animate this fucking dragon fight, this is gonna be the most
Yeah.
baller end scene ever.
Right.
So Zell like swipes him with a claw as he moves in, but it's not enough to stop the shadow. The shadow's going to reach in and attack Zell, doing 7 points of damage. However, Zell's fortitude is just too high. He can't fail the well. He could technically roll a 1, so I am going to roll it. All right, so he doesn't roll a 1.
He
And
did not fail.
that's going to move us on to yet another shadow. This one rushes in from the west and pops in through the wall to the west, and that's its entire movement. So that's going to take us on to Petravian. Petra.
Wonderful. Quick question. I'd like to utilize my feature under Aura of Justice to give everybody within 10 feet of me a smite, but I want to do it from below 5 foot step to the right.
Well, it
To
wouldn't
just
hit
below.
Vera, or do you just need to hit Kurla?
What's that?
I said it. Never. You're fine. You're fine. So if you 5 foot step to the right and use it, it'll hit Chisel, Archie, Riz, and Kurla. It would not hit Jiro. Jiro would be 15 feet
Not
out.
hit Jiro.
But that's fine. You don't have to.
That-
It doesn't have to hit
okay.
Jiro.
And that's what I would like to do. Now,
Okay.
is that a standard action?
To use what was the
The
ability
two
called?
charge. It uses 2 charges of smite.
Yeah, what's the ability
give-
called?
Aura of Justice.
Okay.
It says it's an at will.
It says
or
using
a
this
free
ability
action.
is a free action.
So I could just do it, and I still have my full turn.
Well,
Correct.
it depends on where you go, but yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna take that 5 foot step to the east.
Okay.
Use those 2 charges of smite. Everybody that we mentioned now has a charge of smite.
Yeah.
And Petravian's going to then full attack.
Well,
oh,
okay.
go ahead.
No, that's fine. Okay, full attacking is perfectly acceptable there. You are squeezing with Archie, though. So you're going to
Really?
take a minus... Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know if it was since he was so big, I'm so small.
Yeah, you're still squeezing.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you're ever occupying the same squares as someone else, you're squeezing.
Okay.
Uh,
And I could
yeah.
still use a charge of smite against the shadow.
You can also make an extra attack if you want, as if you're doing a
Yes,
full
I was
attack.
going to make an extra attack.
Yay.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. So go ahead and make your full attack, and then submit an extra attack at your full base attack bonus.
You got it. So, thrown at that shadow, and what penalty did you say? Any penalty on that for squeezing? You said?
-4. Sorry, yeah.
-4
for squeezing.
to the roll attack. To the attack.
And do you have precise shot?
Yes.
I don't believe
Or
you
no,
do.
I have point blank shot.
Yeah. So you're gonna take another -4 because he's in melee with chisel.
Okay, so -8.
Correct.
Oof. Might as well. And full
that's going
attack.
to grant everyone around you 1 charge of smite, and that's going to affect Chisel, Archie, Riz, and Kurla. So all of you are going to have 1 use of the smite ability today.
Did that submit?
I didn't see
I
it.
did not see anything pop up.
Okay,
No, nothing
weird.
happened.
Okay, I will try that again. Point blank. Attack roll. Dice -8.
No. Attack roll
Oh,
bonus.
Oh, attack roll bonus.
That's
Sorry.
why it didn't submit.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
-8. Full attack. Come on. There we go. 27, 14, 18. Is that a
21.
nat 20 on the...
That's a that's a 19, which is a critical threat for
Critical
you.
threat for you, yeah. Yep. So 27, 14, 18, and a 21 critical threat that becomes a 12 and doesn't confirm. But
get it.
of those attacks, the 27 hits, the 18 hits, and the 21 hits. So
And
3
I
of those are
get
going to
a
hit.
Extra
Yeah.
attack.
So you do the 16 bludgeoning, the 15 bludgeoning, and the
He's dead.
14 bludgeoning. And that enough, without even the extra holy damage, is enough
Oh,
to
really?
destroy that shadow. Yeah. So it is
Nice.
destroyed.
I still have an extra shot. Can I can I aim for that one, the extra?
You can. You're still squeezing, so it's -4 to the attack, and it's also out of your first
Precise
range
shot.
increment. So take a -2 on that one. So it's
Why
total
not the
adjusted
one-
-6.
Next to Lovette.
Where? Oh, I didn't see that one. My apologies.
That's in your
and
range,
that's-
right?
Yes, that is correct.
A little
did not see that
less
one.
of a negative?
Less. Well, I
Yeah.
think it's actually the same negative.
Oh, I
Uh,
tried to help.
It's between 25 and 40, so it's
Oh.
the same. It's
Wah,
fine.
wah.
So,
the hammer,
minus
if I
8?
recall correctly, the hammer has a range increment
Yeah.
of 20.
Correct.
So anything between 25 and 40 is going to take a -2.
Ah,
So
fucker.
what's the total minus on that?
Yeah, so
8
the one's
again?
like 30 feet, one's 35 feet. So total minus on that is going to be -6 for the one to the west and -10 to the one to the east.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Because it's also
I will
melee,
take-
so there's a further -4.
So I'll take the one to the west or to the east.
Whatever
The one
you
with
want,
the-
dude.
Yeah. So the one over by Lovette, you take a -10 to hit. The one
Okay.
over here to the west
Is
is
six.
-6. Yeah.
Oh well, then yeah, I'll take the the one to the -6. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
And it's a
This
single
math
attack.
is real.
And not point blank shot. Okay, turn that
Yeah.
off. And,
And,
single attack.
Technically, it's also a further -2 for splitting targets, but
28.
whatever.
Well, I'd be 26.
Whatever. It's enough to hit.
26
Yeah.
hits.
It's plenty to hit. All right, so that does 14 damage plus an additional 3 holy damage, and that shadow is still up. But that's your turn,
Cool.
and that'll move us on to
To
Riz.
Chisel, who delayed till after me.
Yeah, you didn't
Apologies.
move his turn
Okay.
down.
So I will move him down here to 18. There we go. All right, to Chisel. Here we are.
Chisel, I believe he has a reach of 10.
That's
now.
correct.
So if he moves 5-foot step to there, oh, he still is out of range. So he
Does he have magic horns yet?
no, but he has a smite. He has a smite charge.
Yep.
So he's going to use his smite charge to aim at that shadow, but unfortunately he is 15, so I have to move over one more,
You can-
and
you can-
it's
Yeah, you're fine.
He's just had it's not a
And-
full attack.
yeah, I won't get a full attack, unfortunately.
Okay. Now, if you're using your smite charge, that means
Mhm.
you are going to gain effectively plus, plus 16 to damage. It's not going to change your attack bonus because it goes off your charisma, and
Okay.
Chisel doesn't have a charisma bonus.
Okay,
So,
So-
it's your charisma to hit and your level to damage. So Chisel's level 16, So Chisel would get to attack. All of his stuff would hit. It's considered magic. It's considered good. Blah blah blah. But it gets a plus 16 to total damage. So, go ahead.
Okay, so I just put in the plus 16.
Yeah,
the
damage modifier.
damage bonus. Okay, just making sure.
Yep, you're good.
16, and single attack with a gore.
Come on, Chisel.
Come on, Chisel.
Oh
Nat
no!
one.
Attaboy.
All right, roll it again to confirm, please.
Attaboy.
We do confirmation rolls in this house.
Yep.
I don't just let people crit fail off of 1 die. You got.
Oh, no!
Holy Jesus!
You're
For the
kidding
podcast,
me.
that was a nat 1 on the confirmation.
So a double nat 1 is particularly bad.
Yeah, no shit.
So
Are you telling me Chisel isn't coming home to his family when he was just a day away from retirement?
oh no. All right. See how bad this is.
Mm.
All right, it's actually not that terrible. All right, so Chisel is going to hit
horns are
himself
brutally ripped
for
out.
that
Oh.
that damage. So it's going to be 33 points of damage to himself.
Okay.
And he's also going to strain himself in the attack and take 4 points of dexterity damage.
Oh, that's not terrible.
And that
he's-
is the end of his turn. Also
Yeah.
ends.
All right. Seeing how things are a little more fucked than they anticipated. They came in here with like a decent amount of confidence and was like, all we have to
You
do
guys
is
are
stay
like
here.
full health. Come
Right?
on.
Yeah.
Now we are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
Kurla almost fucking
fucking
died.
Yeah. Well, I feel
You're
like
at full
Zell's
health,
bad
you
initiative
bitch.
roll played a big part into this.
Technically
So,
speaking, I won't die unless I'm minus 28 HP. So I still had
Still,
another 20
you-
HP damage I could have taken.
that was pretty risky.
28 HP?
How
thought
does
it was
your
just-
con go up that high?
Because
Yeah.
I'm now level 20 Life Oracle, it has to be less than double my con, which is 14.
Oh shit. Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Good old life oracles.
Yeah, it was pretty damn close there. Keni, sorry.
Okay. Seeing how shit's kind of getting real, Riz is going to make a really large glyph in front of them. And this one is completely Thess iconography. No other god is there. And they look around and they cast Time Stop.
All right, go ahead and cast it.
You got it.
Just not expecting this to be this early.
Oh, I have
Okay.
2. It's fine.
Oh, okay. All right, roll 1d4, please.
+1.
I know.
Oh,
We'll attribute the +1. I just
Okay.
need the d4 to drop.
I had it already.
Baby.
Okay.
2. So 3 rounds.
Yikes. Oh, okay. So you now have 3 rounds of apparent time for Riz.
Correct.
So what would you like to do in your 3 rounds?
All right. First, I would like to cast Haste on the party.
Okay. Move action?
Don't I get like 3 different buff things I can do? 3
Yeah.
different spells
But
I
I'm
can
saying
use?
in the first round, you cast haste. Do you have
Yeah.
a move action?
Oh. Could I move closer so that like Zell could get hit by it?
Yeah, of course. Like
I'll
you
do
can
that.
go wherever you want. Like you can move wherever
Sorry,
you'd normally be able to.
I didn't even think about move actions. I was just thinking of spamming a bunch of fucking spells. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
You're fine. So you have 3 rounds. So the first round, you walk over there and you cast haste.
Okay, perfect. That's everyone.
Okay.
So I get
Go ahead
into the
and-
middle of everything.
Mhm.
Haste.
All right. Go ahead and add haste to your character sheets, please. I need to add the haste buff onto my buddy here.
And
Boom.
that's
haste.
Haste at
activated.
level 20, so there's 20 rounds.
Right, which is not going to matter right now. But
Right, but I'm just saying,
no, that's fair. But you go ahead and change the level to 20 on your buffs
if need be.
if it's not already there. If must needs.
If must needs, take a shot.
Also, keep in mind that it will increase your reflex saves for if we get hit by more spells.
Yeah,
True.
but I think that's already built into it. I think.
Yes, it is.
That's already built into it, so you're fine. Okay. Beyond that, that is the first of your 3 apparent rounds of instant time. So round 2, what would Riz be doing?
Okay. Then I am going to cast Shield on myself.
Okay.
Just for a little extra oomph because life is hard, okay?
Okay. Nothing like casting a level 9 spell to cast a level 1 spell on yourself.
We're not done yet. There's still one more turn. I'm not moving yet.
I know.
Okay.
I was just pointing it out because I thought it was funny.
And then I would like to cast Winds of Vengeance.
Ooh, what does that do?
And that one,
Sounds like what we need.
Riz kind of, now that they do have the wind, they are able to take the air around them and they focus all of it around their body so that a swirling cyclone is around them in almost a shield bubble-like state. And with that, Riz will fly up 30 feet. As I can now fly, gaseous attacks do not affect me.
Oh boy. Okay.
Neither do projectiles or massive range weapons, anything thrown, including giant things. No range weapons that hurt me.
Are you safe from spells?
What?
Are you safe from spells?
No.
Okay. Think of what I can do for you.
If a creature hits me with a melee attack, the winds lash out as an immediate action to attack them back, and they have to make a fortitude save. Or take 5d8 damage.
And be knocked prone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So.
Nice.
And that would be when time continues.
All right. So, Riz, you finish the last of your spells. And as you do finish that 3rd spell, time reasserts itself. And all at once, you feel that rush of speed kick into yourself that you normally get from haste. The shield spell ripples across your body and kind of covers you in
Gigarian's grace, baby.
Ethereal plate from Gigarian. And the this zephyr of energy moves around you and, creates this kind of wind elemental almost look about you. So you said you fly up 30 feet?
Correct.
All right. You're now 30 feet off the ground with Winds of Vengeance active.
And that's what happens when you can buy the wind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's going to take us on to the next huge shadow. He's going to poke his little face through to the southwest, and he is going to cast a spell onto the group here. So he's going to shoot this cone out. 60-foot
So
cone.
I had forgotten with the last 2 spells.
Yes.
How does Archie's Gauntlet work?
So Archie's Gauntlet, the way that functions is it has to be activated, I believe, as a move action. Or sorry,
Oh.
swift action. So it says in the description of the item.
It does? Where's the... all I get is that description you gave me of, like, it's
Right.
weird
So
looking.
if you... No. So if you go to the inventory of Archie and click on
Mhm.
Pride's Bastion, there should be a...
I don't see Pride's Bastion. I see Heavy
is-
Metal Gauntlet.
Oh, because it's not identified. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
That's what I didn't know.
There it is. Okay. So basically, as a swift action, you roll 2d4, and that's the number of rounds where you get an intangible shield appearing.
Okay.
And in that time, you get a +4 shield bonus to your AC, and can reflect any directed spell at you. So
Okay. Yeah,
you can
never mind.
store
I'll
a
save
spell.
that then.
You can store a spell as an immediate action, and then redirect it as a standard action.
Right.
So
Okay. But
this
I didn't
technically
do that.
wouldn't work because it's not a directed spell.
Yeah, and plus, I want to save that shit for Marcus.
Yeah, you save that shit for like a disintegrate. All right.
I mean, he won't get
so
into this. Right?
okay.
Okay, but I still do get my spell resist.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, I need to roll that. Keep thinking it's you. It does not function.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
All right.
It happens.
So
Okay.
let me get some saves. All right, I need some reflex saves from the party, please.
All right. Are people who are flying hit by this?
Yes, it is. It is a big enough cone that it would hit everybody.
So is this a gaseous kind of thing?
It is, and is going to be less effective against Riz, right?
I don't think it affects me at all.
All right.
Yeah.
So the cone of cold is going to bend around Riz.
All right. So reflex.
Yeah,
And 9
reflex,
gets you
please.
23, huh? And then, does haste increase our save at all? Even more?
Yeah, it's built in automatically.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Nat
That's why I
20.
got so much better. Nat 20 for Lovette as well.
Hell yeah!
Hey!
Look at that shit. Okay.
I rolled a 5, so that's a 15.
Hell yeah! All right, let me roll some damage here.
And 26 for Archie.
Okay, so the DC was 25, so I'm gonna just say who passed.
I did.
All right,
passed
so
both
Vera
my saves.
passed and takes 28 damage. All right, who else passed?
Lovette and Archie.
Lovette and Archie. Okay. Cool. 28 and 28. And I need to roll for Jiro yet again. And he passed. 28 damage. Okay. So that means Petravian and Kurla take full damage. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Petravian minus 57 and Kurla minus 57. There we go. Okay. That is the huge shadow's turn. And that'll move us on to Jiro. All right.
Come on, baby
Jiro
boy.
Jiro is going to well, he can't. I mean, he could throw shuriken, but the damage from that really comes from sneak attack, and he's not in a position to do so. So Jiro is going to vanish.
Attaboy.
Jiro
Again.
uses Jiro uses his key to turn invisible.
Is he using greater
And-
invisibility or just regular?
Greater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
So-
future husband.
So he vanishes and starts to go about where he's going to go. All right, that takes us on to another shadow. That shadow is going to move in and make an attack against Lovette. Lovette, I believe you get an attack of opportunity
Okay.
against that one. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
you'd already used it from the previous one.
That was the last round.
You haven't had a initiative yet this
Oh,
round, though.
Oh, is it on my initiative?
Yeah, you refresh it on your initiative.
That was a
All
big
right, so yeah, because the one that you already hit was actually the one immediately after you in initiative.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry, that one is going to strike 16, which is going to hit touch, 7 damage. Fortitude save, please.
And then this is with a +4 to it. So
All
this
right,
would be
you
a
pass.
20. Okay. Whew.
A 20?
Yes.
No, that's going to fail. Okay. That is going to be 1d8. Nope, I rolled. That's d10. Sorry.
Well,
Hold the same thing. Okay. 4 points of strength damage.
this does get a little complicated because I don't know how that factors into the new stats, and Archie doesn't have.
You have effectively Archie stats right now,
hmm
but when that ends, you're going to go to what you've got there.
Well, I just mean like for rolling stuff. I just factor it manually.
Yeah, no, just keep rolling as Archie.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is not going to penalize you until after Dorothy's done.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of, that takes us back to Lovette.
All right. Well, I'm gonna use this haste in the snow. You know, I want to make use of all that stuff, but we're only in round 2. I think it might actually be smarter to buff everybody. Although I don't know who's actually making physical attacks. What's the range on this? No, that's not what I want. I'm sorry. All right, I'm just gonna beat him up then.
Get him.
Unless, like, would bull strength really help people right now? That's my question.
Does that even help anybody? Are we
It
too high
helps
level?
Maybe.
Archibald, it helps me, and it helps Chisel, it helps Petra in theory, but I don't know if we need them. It would undo the damage I just took.
Because I know
Um,
that I'm pretty sure that doesn't affect Vera at least.
I'll wait till we're fighting Big Boy. All right, I'm just gonna full attack.
Mhm.
So that is one of these. We have haste going. Full attack. Those were
Oh, no.
that was awful. At least
Oh,
it wasn't
no.
the first one that nat one. I got 2 hits in before that gets in there.
What the fuck?
Wow, Jesus. Okay.
There was 2
Can
nat
you
ones in there.
Do you read those?
Yeah, so that was a 7 to a 38, a 3 to a 29, a nat 1 to a 27, a 7 to a 33, a 5 to a 31, another nat 1, and then another 3.
How did you roll so low on so many?
Yeah, I literally didn't roll above a 7.
So can you roll another set of those? Because I need to see if those ones confirm.
You got it.
So it's attack number 3 and attack number 6 are the ones I'm concerned about.
Oh, you know what? I clicked the wrong thing. The last 2 aren't in there. I'm sorry.
Well, haste should be in there, right?
Haste should be in there though.
Yeah, so I would
But-
just... Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
So attacks 5 and 6 shouldn't exist,
Yes.
basically. Okay,
Yes.
so
So one
just
of those nat ones. So I'm just
so
re-rolling
re-roll
the
the
single-
attacks.
sorry. Yeah.
Just do
So
the
31.
same one's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm concerned about attack number 3. Okay, so attack 3 gets a 15 to a 41 and does not critically miss.
There's
Okay.
another nat one, and that's it. Jesus.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah, geez.
That doesn't exist anymore. It's already gone.
It's not real.
So-
If you don't
It's not
see
real.
it, it's not real.
It was just a confirmation check. Don't worry.
It's
The
fine.
non-confirmed one, like if it's not confirmed, does that end my attack still?
No.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 38, a 29, a 33, a 31.
That's it.
Sorry, no, 5 doesn't exist. It goes to 34. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
That's pretty
Alright.
good.
It's, I mean, more than one hit would have been enough to kill
Yeah.
this guy. It's all very much an overkill.
And
You
it
drop
is
the-
overkill, so she's like doing like forearm kung fu, grabs
You,
this thing with the head and knees it.
Yeah, you drop the Lost Soul to negative 59 with this just absolute flurry of robotic attacks, and it is destroyed.
Lovette, is there any way you can pick on the huge ones? Your down your fucking killing abilities would be a lot more useful that way.
All right, that's gonna take us to Archie.
Well, Archie will do that. I just wanted to get in a full attack.
Well, congratulations, it's dead.
All right, so he's gonna move up, and then he just gets the single attack, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And smite.
Oh well. So how long does that last?
You have to use it this round.
Okay, then he will use it.
Oh, you have to use it this round? Oh,
You have
okay.
to use it at the beginning of your round, and it lasts a minute.
Okay.
Wait,
I don't.
it lasts a
That's-
minute, but it's only a
That's-
round?
I didn't realize it had to be used immediately. All
It
right.
says allies must use this smite smite evil ability by the start of the paladin's next turn. Oh, about my next turn. So just and
Yeah.
the bonus lasts for 1 minute using.
Okay.
So,
I didn't realize it had to be done immediately, so that's
Bonus
fine. So
lasts
I'm
a
guessing
minute?
then Archie's gonna smite.
He's gonna smite. He's gonna smite with the big fucking sword.
Yeah.
Get it.
You also
So on that, go ahead and give yourself a miscellaneous bonus. It's
Okay.
going to be plus 15 to damage.
does that stack with the +2 from Blessing of Fervor if
Yes.
you're going to avail yourself of that?
I'm keeping that with the reflex saves and the AC.
Okie dokie.
And that was a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh!
Can you
Yeah,
tell me that fucking crit damage, please?
I would love to.
9 points of damage, baby.
129 points of damage on that.
Holy
huge
shit.
Is it
shot.
dead?
So Archie, do you want to put some spice on those dice?
Yeah, he runs up. Obviously, he's in. Oh, I mean, you can. I don't know if he says anything. Probably just something about like terminating target right now.
Mhm.
Raise the weapon above his head, and it just does like a glint once, and then he slams it down. There's like this explosion of light.
You got it.
Smite.
All right, and in that explosion of light, that shadow is completely evaporated. There's not even a wisp of it left. It is completely and utterly destroyed. All right. Okay, that takes us to yet another shadow that spends its entire turn moving and appears to the northwest of Archie and ends its turn. Vera, you're up.
All right, so Vera's in the air right now,
Mhm.
and once again, fully vigored now because she's been healed. And she grabs this staff from her back, and it's her Firestorm quarterstaff. It's
Okay.
kind of like buzzing in and out as these fireflies are completely like not vibing with the area. And she says, "You've already stolen my sister's power. I'll give you another taste." And I'd like... this is a storytelling kind of game. And I'd like you to make my vision a reality. I envision fire fucking everywhere as I cast a firestorm.
Okay.
On all the shadows that I can see,
Mhm.
and are all around the vicinity of the fort itself.
Yeah, so what's the range on that? What's the area of effect?
All right, the area of effect. Let me
Yeah,
drop this down for you.
go ahead and cast that spell. Let's see how this do.
Oh my god, it's gonna show us how big it is?
Oh no,
Oh. I got
it's based on tiles.
piles?
I see it. Find it. Yeah.
Huh.
All right, so it is.
Okay, 2 10-foot cubes per level. So
Oh,
you
shit.
can have
That is
40
200
10-foot
feet,
cubes.
200 feet of fire.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Damn.
So can you surround us? You know,
I mean-
No, I think it has to be concentrated, right?
oh,
Or does it get spread out? I don't know what's happening.
I can choose where the thing goes, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want to drop
20d6.
well, I was saying if you want to drop 40 10-foot cubes.
I'd love to
On
if
the
I
map?
knew how to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I want to do
it's ridiculous. I love it.
basically it would be like, I guess we could make one of these, draw a rectangle, and then just be like, there's one. So then I can maybe do copy paste. Hey, all right. Doom.
I can see more shadows, you said, then.
Yeah,
what I can see.
yeah.
So I like to drop them on ones I can see as well for definitive.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
40?
20. All right. So, I thought it was only 20. There should be 40. What am I doing? That's half. Okay.
Shit.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right.
Make sure to hit the shadow by.
Yeah,
zone.
so
I have a
where
fear
would you like
boner.
these all to be?
Well, I'd like to definitely have the ones that
One
I
on-
can see
Okay.
in and out of the fort,
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
and the other ones will be dispersed in the areas I can't see outside of.
Okay.
Right.
Multiple firestorm things hit one guy. Does it like stack?
No.
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 Okay.
You're either in the firestorm or not in the firestorm.
Okay.
In or you're out. So
Roll.
which is it?
Yeah, what is it, bro?
It's always out for me.
Which is it?
Bro.
All
I'm
right.
not your bro,
All right.
dude.
I think that if we move that to that, that to that, that to there, that pretty
Yes.
much covers everything. I think everything of
Yeah.
value.
I just imagine this like a sputtering engine where it just goes, and then it's just a deafening explosion of fire.
All right. There is, in fact, an incredible explosion of fire that just rains down all over the fort and doesn't hit any of you guys, but it is going to mess up a lot of other people. So I need to make some reflex saves from these shadows because
Yeah.
they just got.
You might want to
royally
move the
fucked.
square that's on Jiro onto the huge shadow. Just
Yeah, I'll move that one. Don't worry.
just a statement.
just just in case.
Just- I don't want you to kill my future husband, please.
All right. So that would go
He'll be
there.
fine.
He'll be fine.
He's
All right.
invisible. That's like
Yeah,
means he can't get
invisibility
hurt,
is-
right?
Yeah, invisibility means you can't get hurt. I need that in the Siphon voice.
Invisibility means you can't get hurt, right? Like if they can't see you, you're not really there. Right?
Otherwise, they
Science.
see you. That everybody.
Everybody knows that. Silly.
That's science, baby.
All right.
What? Show called invisible if you can see it.
So
It just
of that,
passes right
the
through
only
you.
one that saved was the very first shadow in the top left. Everyone else is going to take full damage.
How much is full damage?
So go ahead and roll that beautiful damage.
Come on.
20d6.
How many?
20.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Okay.
And this lasts for instantaneous. Okay, so it goes away immediately.
That
All right,
is
Still.
63.
Still, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we've got one casualty. We've got a giant shadow, or huge shadow dies instantly.
Fuck yeah.
Another shadow killed there. Another shadow's killed there. Went outside the fort that you didn't even see yet. It's killed there. And the one that was taking half damage is still dead because he was at less than half life. So, all right. So, Vera, you just cast Firestorm, and you literally have cleared the board of enemies. These flames rain down and just annihilate every shadow that was around you. The area is momentarily cleared of enemies.
Fuck.
It's a
That
good
takes
day.
us to Zell. Zell's going to turn and look at all of you, and he's going to look around, and he's tall enough that he can see out of the walls. He says, "It's not going to get any better. Go. Get out of here now. I'll watch the device."
We're not leaving you until we're ready.
We can't let this fail.
Lovette, is
All
there
right.
a way to check on the machine to make sure that it's up to specs before we go?
I'll be doing that as soon as my turn comes around.
All right, that's going to take us to Kurla, beginning of round 3.
The huge shadow to my southwest is still up, or was that taken care of?
All enemies on the board have been killed. That firestorm was incredibly effective,
Okay,
mostly because it hit basically everywhere at once.
gotcha.
Yeah, and it even it wiped out stuff you guys didn't even see yet. So the next round's reinforcements were already killed. Now I need to bring in this round's for round 3's reinforcements. So let me remove all of these wonderful boxes of death. 'Cause they don't
That was
persist,
basically
right?
a MIRV. That was a multiple re-entry vehicle.
No. Wait, no, I don't see anything saying that it stays
Yeah.
there.
No, they don't. Yeah,
It doesn't. It does not
instantaneous.
harm natural vegetation, ground cover, or plant
Aw,
creatures.
that's nice.
That's
If I wish
so
to include it.
So
interesting.
much, but
That's yeah.
What the fuck?
it's
Magic
just 'cause
is
a druid
weird.
spell. It's just because they were like, no self-respecting druid is going to use this if they don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no,
if
it, it doesn't have
butchers
the.
you.
I'm allowed to say if it does or not.
Right.
Well, did
Ah.
it, Xeno?
I mean, I don't give a shit about this Eden plant
Plants.
bullshit.
Plants? Ew.
Plants.
Only
Yeah.
insects.
Oh,
You tried
God.
insects?
Yuck.
Even though they
Okay.
absolutely need plants to survive? What? Weird.
All right. So at the beginning of round 3, that's going to pull in some more enemies. Okay.
Whew. Ah, that was only round 2?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Woo.
Right. And I'm going to add those guys to initiative and roll them.
How far out of? But no, I guess Vera
We'll
would
find
be able
out
to
soon
tell
enough.
us.
Yeah, me and Vera are both at the same height right now, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so the enemies are appearing onto the initiative now. Boom, boom, boom. All right, there we go. Okay, Kurla, you have initiative.
You may hate me for this, Beardy.
Maybe. What's up?
Well, Kurla is going to look within themselves and find that sort of sense of balance that Jiro taught them.
Mm-hmm.
And they will let a certain part of them go in a way that they haven't since they attacked Petravian and then fought with Jiro.
Okay.
And let themselves relax into the celestial energy flowing through them and let themselves become a divine vessel, but this time
Alrighty.
for Luna.
Wonderful. Okay.
Well.
Cool. Go ahead and cast the spell, and that's going to be Celestial Aspect.
Sounds fucking terrifying.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, you gain the following abilities: +2 to your dex, DR 10 evil, resist acid 10, cold 10, electricity 10. You get a +4 saves versus poison. You gain low light vision and a fly speed of 60. You get 2 slam attacks, and all of your attacks are considered good aligned for the purposes of overcoming DR.
I believe
Cool.
I also get the +6 size bonus to strength
Yep.
and con, the +3
Yep,
natural, all of that.
Yep,
Cool.
you should have some of that built into yourself, I thought. So there should be one called Celestial Aspect.
Under buffs.
Yep, under buffs.
Yes.
It's called a Celestial Aspect, so just activate that.
That is
yeah.
now activated.
And your size increases by 1 category, which I'll change on your appearance now.
Thank you.
Okay. So Kurla, you feel this energy suffuse your form. This moonlight seems to emanate and like glow out of your flesh, and you grow to large size. So now you're about 14 feet tall, and you have like these billowing kind of almost ethereal, spiritual, like running silks coming off of your clothing that seem to kind of float in the air around you as if you were underwater, but completely dry, if that makes any sense. Your visage becomes partially see-through, and you have this kind of halo all around you that sort of glows this burning white.
Kurla
Almost
will
like
kind
you're
of
radiating moonlight.
Kurla will look at themselves and sort of say, Roy, this is going to take more getting used to than the bloody legs.
Well, you're
By the
not
way,
just than you think.
By the way, the legs are pretty much gone. You're at this point. You're like all that can be seen is like you have like this long flowing kind of white dress, and you're floating off the ground. So for all you know, you don't even have legs in this form.
Or maybe you have a million.
Or maybe a million. I mean, you're who knows?
You have so many you can't render.
Yeah. Bogs the whole system down. All right. That is your standard. Do you have a move?
Nope, that's going to be my turn. Kurla will stay right where
Alrighty.
they are.
Wonderful.
Thank
All
you.
right, that takes us on to the shadows. And this one is going to rush in to try to attack Petra. And as it does, it's going to get attacked by Jiro from stealth. And that's going to be a sneak attack. And that is probably going to kill this thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it will. All
I'm
right.
so attracted to this
Single
man.
sneak attack from this guy is 91 damage and kills the shadow.
Riz, I think you're fucking the real ghost.
Like, as it's running at me, it just dissipates and just...
Yeah, like you, and the thing is, because greater invisibility doesn't end when you make an attack. As this shadow is flying towards you, Petravian, I imagine both of its arms are outstretched towards you as it's making like a hissing noise as it's coming in to steal part of your soul. And as it does this kind of blue energy appears from behind it and slices it directly in half, and it
Just
just
an illusion.
fades into nothingness.
I imagine whenever Jiro cuts something in half, then he slices through and then they separate a second later.
It peels as
Ugh.
it goes past me as two halves.
As of dissipating smoke, basically. All right, that's going to take us on to one of the huge shadows. It is going to fly up to the west side of the area, and it's going to call down one of those big old bolts of electricity. 30-foot burst
Fuck.
right there.
Fuck.
All right.
All right, let's go with spell resist.
So spell resistance check. Here we go. I pass. I rolled
Okay.
a 19 on that one, so I blow your spell resistance away.
Okay.
I'm going to roll again for Kurla, and I'm going to fail on that one. So Kurla's ineffective.
Nice work.
All right.
Is the Blessing of Fervor factored into these saves automatically? It's not, because we have to pick that.
No, you
right?
have to pick it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter to me. I got a net 20.
I'm getting hit.
I got a 32.
And then I have
Petravian got a
cool.
30. Chisel got a 24.
Okay. DC was 25. So who saved?
Risen did.
Riz
Petra
saved
did.
and takes 35 damage. Petra saves, takes 35 damage.
Lovette and Archie saved.
Lovette and Archie save, take 35 damage. All right. Anyone else? Oh, Jiro. Need to roll him. Sorry. All right. Jiro saves, takes 35 damage. All right. So we have Chisel taking.
A chisel saved, didn't he?
No, he got a 24.
Is he
But I mean, they
hasted?
didn't do Blessing of Fur.
Do you have the haste buff on him?
Yes, I believe so.
He's at
Okay.
25.
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, it's
No, the
activated.
25 would
Oh, it's already
calculate
on
it
there. Okay.
automatically.
So the haste calculates automatically. Blessing of Fervor doesn't. And I guess my question is, which bonus did
I would have
Chisel
gone
have
for
active?
yeah. I didn't know. Yes, I will take the reflex save.
Of course.
So he will pass.
Okay. All right. Damage. Okay. So that means the only people who failed are going to be what? Petravian?
I did.
Oh, Vera. Okay.
No, Petra passes.
Petra passed. All right. So Vera's the only one that got below a 25 and is going to take 69 damage.
Nice.
All right. Okay. That's going to take us on to Petravian.
Oh boy. So since currently there's no, it's not a target-rich environment, but first things first.
Yeah, we got
Petravian
targets.
is not yet, at least.
What?
Petravian's going to lay on hands himself.
Sorry. Before you finish that thought,
Yes.
Lovette, make another engineering knowledge check.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I'm
guys.
getting nervous. I just want to go over there and
Very.
help. It's 46.
The NSD is going to go off prematurely.
Uh-oh. How do I have estimate with a 46 of how premature?
No. You just
Okay.
know that it's not going to last another 7 rounds before it explodes.
Do I know if I can prevent it or stall it?
If you get over there and work on it, you might be able to.
I do intend to do that.
But the giant hands that Dorothy has are not going to be congruent for fine mechanical work.
Okay, wait. What if I use spells? Oh. I was wondering if I used Restore Eidolons, or like the spells I used to heal Archie to fix it, if that would
Mhm.
be okay.
No,
Fair enough. Worth a
No.
shot.
not quite.
Fuck.
All right. So anyway, sorry, Petravian, back
No
to
problem.
you. You said you're
Uh,
casting lay on hands.
Lay on hands first.
Wonderful.
Swift action.
wonderful. Okay,
Um,
so that's going to
40.
be 40 hit points back for yourself,
Yee.
and your
And-
standard and move.
I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on myself.
Okay. Cool beans. All right. Cool. So you're going to gain a +2 deflection bonus versus to your AC and +2 resistance bonus on saves from any evil targets. Yeah. There you go.
Yay.
Cool. Cool.
And I will stay put.
You got it. Takes us on to some lost souls. This one's
Chisel
gonna-
should be coming up is right after. Oh, he can't. Never mind. You're good.
All right, so Lost Soul's going to fly into the wall here and get smacked by Zell. And maybe auto-destroyed? No. This is a full Lost Soul. This isn't a shadow. Okay. Takes 43 damage and is still up. It flies in and is going to attempt something real stupid. It's going to dive into Zell. So it's going to attempt its soul eating ability.
We used to be in a
Still
party with
chance.
one of these things.
Yeah.
Let's
So
keep thinking about that.
Zell gets a save, will save versus that. All right, so the lost soul flies into Zell and vanishes, and Zell starts to like convulse a little bit.
Did he fail that?
And that's its turn.
If-
I'm not gonna say.
Okay, because I was gonna have
So-
to reroll.
Yeah, do they get to expend fate points?
Oh.
That's not really fair to
well,
me, dude. I
yeah,
have them for the reason.
he passed. It just takes a second. All right,
Jesus
Shadow's up.
Christ.
It's going to move in, and it's actually going to bypass Zell because Zell is no longer a threat at the current exact second. And he's going to fly in and get attacked from Archie.
Yeah, sure is.
Get him, boy.
Straight to his own death, I'm sure.
Probably. But this is not. I make a single attack. I make haste. No power attack. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 46 damage. That's going to mess him up. Oh, he's still alive. My God.
Oh, shit.
Okay, he moves in,
Only
finishes
just.
his charge, and he makes an attack.
So real quick before he gets that attack in,
Yes.
Archie has combat reflexes. Does he get another attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah, he
Get
does.
Hit it.
Good
hit it,
lord.
hit it,
Yeah,
hit
he
it.
do.
Let's go.
That's
I was
true.
just-
All right. Second
Yeah.
hit. He is gone. All right.
All right.
Annihilated. All right. Chisel.
Oh boy. Chisel is going to form back up with Petravian and position himself right. No, that's measure tool. Sorry about that. He is going to position himself to Petravian's north.
Okay.
Sorry, one more. There we go.
Yep.
Boom. And that will be his turn because he's an elk and can't cast shit.
All right.
Wonderful. All right. So after Chisel's turn is Riz.
Lovette, what's the plan? What do you think you are? Definitely, I can't hear you through your robot. You gotta turn
was
your
gonna
speaker on.
I was gonna ask you guys that out of character. Actually, do we want to get going or do we want to try and? I can try and fix it, but then obviously got to drop them back.
We gotta tell Zell, like, to be ready. I just don't know what to do.
I don't know. It looks really bad for him.
We need to give him time.
Will it still be enough power if it goes off sooner?
No, I gotta fix it. I'm gonna fix it.
All right. Okay.
Hopefully, this doesn't just kill us all. I gotta just walk up to the bomb and set it off for us.
All right. I'm gonna cast spell turning on myself, I guess, for now.
You got it. Spell turning. Okay. Any move action?
I'm gonna regroup with the party going down to the ground so that if we do need to teleport out, that I'm ready.
You got it. You land on the ground. Okay. And from that 30-foot vantage point, you can still see more shadows coming in from all around.
Yeah.
Like, it's an unending tide of these fucks.
They're not going to stop, Lovette. They're coming.
Okay, but wait, this thing has to work.
I understand. I'm just letting you know what's going on.
You got it. I'll do what I can.
Bother.
All right. That's going to take us to Jiro. Jiro is going to move up to the south, to the northwest, and throw some shuriken at this huge shadow. This is a sneak attack. God damn it, Jiro.
Get him.
I love
Get
him.
him.
Damn it,
I
Jiro.
love him so
All right.
much.
Okay, so of these attacks, of the lot of attacks he gets, I think it's 11 attacks.
What the fuck?
Oh boy.
Having
Okay.
trouble remembering how.
Damn,
like,
sure. Why'd your mom let you have 11 attacks?
Yeah, he's a monster, truly. Like, and the thing is, I didn't even break him that much. Like,
That
this is a
much.
pretty standard ninja build.
Listen, I'm not
Um,
complaining. I hope you know that.
No.
And like I said, legal class to play. Anybody wants to play one.
Keep it in mind.
So of this, he's only going to miss, I think, 3 of these attacks. So we're just going to go on the line here. First one's a 26, hits for 39 damage. Next one's a 31 that hits for 40, a 23 that hits for 40, a 35 that hits for 35, a 30 that hits for 35, a 21 that hits for 32, and a 20 that hits for 40, taking his target to negative 203.
So is it dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he wins in any sort of battle royale.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
I don't know if Jiro's going to be... Well, I did kind of want to do that lightning blades versus the party. Whatever. We'll deal with that later.
We'll try
All
it
right,
some other
Lovette.
time.
Lovette, you're
Alright.
up.
So using a
The,
free
the-
action to go back to small.
Yeah, the NSD is definitely venting gas from places. Like there's joints that are messed up, and it's kind of like jittering really badly.
So, could I make an craft clockwork check? Would that be a standard action? to fix it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So yeah, free
So-
action to get small again. Run up to it.
Okay. So you
Just
do
like
that.
jump out the chest as the
Yeah,
rest of
wait.
it folds back.
Yeah, let me just get you back to normal here.
And I'll make that check.
There we go.
She's so big.
Okay.
Ah.
So Lovette moves back over. Oh, that's weird. Did it not change the size for everyone else?
Nope.
No.
I'm blame them.
I'm too big, I can't work on it.
Why have I been cursed to be so tall still?
There we go. Okay. Okay, it should be working now. All right.
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't do that the first time.
Because
Okay.
she's too cool.
Yeah.
All right, Lovette, you jump out of Dorothy. Dorothy kind of like folds in on itself and goes into a dormant state. You rush over to the NSD, and it is jittering and shaking like crazy. You craft clockwork check of 39.
It's beautiful.
You get over to it, and you get your tools out, and you just start like rerouting stuff as quick as you can as you're trying to prevent this thing from exploding in your face at this very second. You succeed barely at stopping a cascade of just horrible failures across this whole device, and you think it'll last a few more seconds, but not much.
Is there anything I can do to make it last more than that?
Basically, every time it's taken damage, it is shaved time off of how long it's going to last.
Does
so
it feel like the output is still reaching the maximum?
If not maximum, it's reaching close enough levels that you think it's going to be fine as far as output. It's definitely enough to kill you if it goes off.
Oh,
good.
okay. I mean, frankly, silver lining, you know?
Yeah,
Good
silver
for
lining, at
funny.
least you won't have to live in the world that happens after this thing explodes. But it is definitely shaking itself to bits right now. But you've got it to last a little bit longer.
Why do these kids keeps blinking? I told you this would happen.
Lovette,
All right.
calm down. You're fast. You're good at this. What do we need to do? Do we need to go now, or tell Zell what
Yeah.
he needs to do?
We gotta get out of here.
Zell!
There's no...
All right, that's going to take us to Archie.
Archie, extract pattern alpha.
All right, Archie balls up and goes into your inventory.
Mhm.
All right, Archie is out of combat. All right, that's going to take us to the huge shadow. This one is going to fly in where Archie used to be and drop one of those beautiful cones of cold.
Fuck.
Part is he could've
Wonderful.
done his double sneak or his double reactions on this guy. He was there.
All right, 60-foot cone bursts out, and this, of course, is going to hit the NSD again and shave off even more precious time. So I need some reflex saves from the party, please.
I'm good.
No, Riz, you're immune to this. Oh, I need to roll spell resistance for... Okay, I failed against Lovette, and I failed against Kurla. You're both safe.
Yay.
Just under.
All right.
Fuck.
Petravian is fine. Chisel is not.
Okay.
Vera reroll.
Incoming damage.
But
Got
he
it.
has a cold resistance of 10.
Okay.
Rerolling.
Thank you.
Rerolling for Vera.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Okay, I rolled 64 damage, so who failed?
Is it just Chisel?
Just
Chisel, I think.
Okay, Chisel takes 64. Everyone
minus 10.
else takes 32 except for Riz, Lovette, and Kurla, who are immune.
Chisel has minus 10 resistance.
Yeah.
Just imagine
Okay.
Chisel absolutely screaming in the center of this cone.
Beautiful. And Jiro was actually out of the cone.
Oh, well.
So he's fine.
Yeah, he doesn't even get hit by it. Okay, so that is the huge shadow's turn. That takes us on to another shadow. This one is going to spend its entire turn moving just to get into the area. And that takes us on to some Lost Souls who are going to do the same thing, spending their entire turn to get into the area. Boom, and actually this one is close enough that it can get in here and attack Lovette. Lost Soul flies in from the east, moving through, like appearing through the walls of these small little outbuildings built into the side of the wall of the fort. The Lost Soul reaches in and it's going to try to consume Lovette's soul. Lovette, I need a will save, please.
Where are those?
All right.
29.
So the Lost Soul is going to disappear inside Lovette, and Lovette's going to begin to kind of convulse in the same way that Zell is. And inside your mind, Lovette, you feel the presence of this overwhelming evil, an overwhelming desire to conquer and control, and this incredible amount of hatred.
Yeah, but it's new.
So this very nice.
That's beautiful.
So this, yeah, and then you looked over and said, "Who the fuck are you?" Yeah, so you feel this splinter of Marcus's soul enter your mind, and you basically brush it off with so much effort, I guess. Like you have to push a little bit, you have to flex your mental muscles, but this thing is cast out of you as if it were nothing. Like you're just like, I have way worse shit to deal with.
I imagine there is a moment where she almost kind of gives in, where she's like horrified, and then it's like, I can't save Moya if I let you get me now. Get
So
the fuck out of me.
So you cast this thing out, and as you do, it bursts forth from you and shreds into multiple little pieces.
Beautiful.
Nicely done.
All right, Vera, you're up.
Are we getting out of here?
I
We're
think
going.
All right, Vera's
Group
going
up.
to. Everybody group up, and Vera's going to fly down to where Lovette is.
Okay. All right. That's going to take us to Zell. Zell, at this point, the same thing happens. A lost soul is ejected from him and shreds into nothingness. Also destroyed from his willpower. And he's going to turn and look at the group. And he's going to reach over with his tail. And he's going to smack Jiro with it. And he's going to send Jiro flying across the courtyard over toward the rest of the party. And if you ask how he saw him, he's a dragon as true sight. Obviously.
I mean, he saw soul for what they were. I believe it.
Yeah. So he smacks Jiro with his tail. So Jiro skids across the courtyard and ends up like banging into Chisel and coming to a stop. And he looks at all of you and says,
It's been nice knowing you. Live a long life.
and he
Thank you.
raises a claw into the air and slams it down onto the ground, and a fissure is going to open up in the ground, and it's going to go from his claw out across the courtyard, down from him, across all the way to the gate of the fort. The ground is going to open up, and you're all going to fall into this fissure as it gets wider and wider. However, at the bottom of the fissure is not ground or earth or the underground. It's some sort of rift, some sort of portal that he's opened up. And you all find yourselves far, far away from where you were. You find yourselves at the edge of the Deadlands. where the color is being slowly pulled out of things as the Deadlands edge is moving slightly further with every passing second. And you have only a moment to suck in the fresh air of the real world and to get your bearings before you look back toward the center of the magical devastation. And at first, nothing happens. And you're not sure if the device is going to go off or not. As every second ticks by, you feel maybe this plan was for nothing. Maybe this was all failed.
Oh no. It happened again.
And then, all at once, there is a blinding but totally silent flash which appears and expands in a concussive wave, spreading across your entire view. This shining, bright light spreads and moves with incredible speed, blowing past you, and suddenly the air, this staleness that the Deadlands has, is blasted away. All of you are knocked back onto your backs. But as you get up from that and look, you see a green field stretching on to the north for as far as the eye can see. The fog is completely gone, and it looks like the vegetation there is alive again.
It worked.
He did
It
it.
worked. We did it.
He did
Worked.
it, you did it, we did it. Bloody hell.
We did it. We actually fucking did it.
Oh my fucking gods. Now what?
Petravian runs over to Vera and hugs.
Vera actually doesn't recoil from this. At the moment, she is straight up laughing at the fact that this actually didn't go south as much as she thought it would.
Yeah, Riz has already grabbed Jiro and is increasingly kissing him all over his face.
Well, if Marcus didn't think we were a threat before, I imagine this got his attention.
I knew it would work.
No, you didn't, you stupid bitch. You're a fucking
He's gonna be
liar.
so mad.
The mass I added up. I just needed to trust animals.
You did good, Lovette.
And
Well
you
done.
find yourselves here in Ville.
Where in Ville?
You find you guys were at the edge of where the Deadlands were, so I would say around the Holy City. So if you look to the south, you can see the Holy City south of you. And it stands the ground, the air smells sweet to your nose. You can hear birds chirping. Everything appears to be normal here.
God, that's a
Well.
good feeling.
We did it.
Step one's done.
We need to take care of the other.
Yep.
I guess so.
You hear a booming voice that appears only in your head. And you hear,
This speak. How dare you? You will all pay for this. My plans will not be stopped. You will all die.
as that cheerful message is broadcast into your brains, you feel a strange sensation of something tugging at you, something pulling you from where you are to somewhere other than here. You're all being summoned.
I say no, thank you.
No. Politely no. I will
Who summons
decline.
the summoner?
Yeah. So what happens is, from where you are, you suddenly feel like you're being pulled through a straw. Like you feel this energy just yanking you through a conduit to somewhere else. And within a moment, all light kind of streaks very quickly as you move faster than light for a split second. And you find yourselves thrown onto the ground. Again, in the third time in all of a minute. So this is getting a little bit annoying to have to constantly get yourselves back up from being knocked over. But as you do, you look around and you hear the sounds of battle. You hear screams of agony. You hear swords clashing against shields. You hear the rumble of horse hooves. You look around and you see flags of Proto. You see legionnaires everywhere. You see a battle stretching out before you between the legions of the city and a massive undead horde.
Fuck.
Walking up to all of you, looking down at all of you on the ground, you see a familiar face. See y'all in part 2. Fade to black.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Thanks for listening. As always, special thanks to William Succi and Andreas Pichler for the intro and outro themes, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode's soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic? Go to our Patreon under the Czech Republic. Until next time.